Hello, Internet, and welcome to Wild Space. Not Wild Space. Thanks for watching, or thanks for joining us tonight. So this would normally be our the time we dedicate to playing Wild Space. Unfortunately, we've had some delays with that, and background chat beeping. Need to turn that off. That's going to get annoying. We're on a little bit of a hiatus for that due to some personal stuff, and we're gonna have it back soon, hopefully. But we're in the meantime going to be running some this 1-shot, 2-shot, 3-shot. We'll see how long it ends up going. Of the
shots, everybody.
TM. The Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan. Which is located. We're playing 5th edition, so it's located in the Tales from the Yawning Portal. I haven't gotten in to run anything from here yet, so I'm very excited about that. But it's a conversion of one of the original D&D's more popular dungeons, written by Harold Johnson and Jeff R. Leeson, published in 1980. But anyway, it's been.
If you don't like it, find them.
Yeah, find them. If they are still alive, I don't actually know that. Anyway, so this is a conversion of that from original 1st edition D&D that has been converted to 5th edition. So that's what we're going to be playing here today. The players are all level 6. They have each made 2 characters in case one of theirs dies. And we're just going to kind of see how it goes. Before we get started, though, so like I said, we're going to be doing this this week and probably 2 weeks from today as well. What would be the next Wild Space time slot. And we'll just kind of keep you updated what we're going to be doing from that point forward. But also for the rest of the week, we have... I believe Wonderworld this Thursday at 7:00 Eastern time. We are wrapping up that Masks campaign. If you'd like to join the fun on that, even if you haven't watched any of it so far, come and check it out. It's a lot of fun. And if you like what you're hearing and don't really understand what's happening, you can listen to the rest or watch the rest of our program and all of our backlog on YouTube. And then this coming Saturday, we'll have the next Lords of Misrule. I'll be running that as well. And that's going to start at 3:00 Eastern time. I'm running a lot of games this week, I just realized. So it's a fun week, busy week. Anyway, I think that's about it. I don't really have any other announcements. So you guys ready to get started? Okay. So I've given the players a little bit of insight into the game, but not really a whole lot. So I'm going to set a little bit of the context of this adventure, because we are coming to this in media res, or however you pronounce that. The setting for this originally was in Greyhawk, and that's kind of where we're at right now, though it doesn't really matter. You are all adventurers, fortune seekers, plunderers, grave robbers, whatever you might consider yourself to be, looking for or kind of rooting through the ruined city of Tamoachan. There is or rumors of scholars and other academics that have located this area, researched and surveyed this area, and believe that somewhere within this ancient city, long abandoned, lies a hidden shrine to Zatzalaha, the vampire god of the underworld. And though such things might not scare you in particular, the lure of treasure and fortune, lost knowledge, or other secrets within this hidden shrine have drawn you to this place, the 3 of you traveling together. And you have recently arrived on the outskirts of this city. It's a dense subtropical environment, damp, raining almost every afternoon. It's been probably a bit of a slog to get to this point. And on your first day, after making camp just outside the city, you begin searching these ruins, and there are plenty of them, broken down buildings and architecture for you to study along the way, and signs that others have already been through here. After spending the first few hours of the morning looking through, you can see in the distance that the topography of the of this landscape of the city reveals in front of you this this temple that seems to rise up on a hillside far ahead, and you can see your destination, sort of the pinnacle of this ancient civilization, and your target for investigation. However, as you head toward the Pyramid Temple, you tread across cracked and overgrown flagstones, stepping over fallen and shattered pillars, pushing inside vines and briars, make your way through this dense and treacherous foliage. When you are nearly at the temple, near the bottom of the hillside that it sits upon, the sound of creatures crashing through the underbrush comes from behind you. You turn around to see people moving through the woods toward the clearing around the pyramid. Then, suddenly, the earth shudders and gapes open beneath your feet, and you are falling amid the roar of collapsing masonry. Dust fills the air, and the sunlight disappears as darkness swallows you. And it's dark for a moment before your eyes are able to adjust to your new surroundings. As the debris settles and you're able to get your bearings, pulling yourself onto your feet and pushing the rocks and rubble from around you, you see that you're in a long, narrow chamber running east to west. And you'll notice on the map, I didn't point this out before, there's a compass rose at the bottom because the map is not oriented north, south, east, west. So north is to your left. Running east to west, in the center of the apartment is a domed shape on the floor. In the east wall is a blank-faced stone door. The west end of the room is blocked by fallen stone and rubble, apparently the result of a collapse. The two side walls appear to have several niches cut into them. The shape in the center of the chamber appears to be a small alcove protected by a half dome with an open end facing towards the door on the east wall. This alcove is set in a recessed, shallow, tiled well, 1 foot deep and 10 feet wide. The alcove itself is 4 feet high. The recess contains some sort of display. The display appears to be a diorama depicting a hunting party of Ulman warriors, this society that once lived in this region, in this city of Tamoachan. These warriors are in feathers and deer-hide garments in a mountainside scene. Some of them have pulled down a stag with the aid of a dog. Another group is cleaning a small mule deer, and others have cornered a panther with their spears. A scout watches the panther from an outcropping above. He holds a metal staff with a loop in its end. It looks like a shepherd's crook. The 3 niches on both the northern and southern walls are 5 feet wide and about 3 feet off the floor. And each niche contains a diorama as well, depicting some aspect of tribal life. The 6-inch tall figures in each of the displays appears to be made of stucco, realistically and brightly painted. The scenes portrayed represent fishing, farming, religion, warfare, the creation story, and crafting. A cave-in is completely blocks the west end of the chamber, and at short intervals, small amounts of rubble and dirt come spilling into the room, and several large stones appear to have wedged themselves tightly, closing the collapse.
Well, that was a lot of things you just said.
It was, and I'll repeat anything.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Should we say who we are and what we're playing since it's not on the overlay?
Sure. Yeah. Well, as you guys kind of pull yourselves to your feet, why don't you describe what your characters look like and who you are?
I don't know what order we are on the overlay, so I don't know if that matters.
I'll go. I'm first. So I'm playing Liara. She is a ranger. She is a small-ish drow woman with dark charcoal-colored skin, light gray eyes, and long white hair with a bunch of braids and beads and things in it. She has a bow and 2 short swords and probably a cranky look on her face.
Right.
Okay. What about Morgan?
I'm playing Shadow, Tabaxi, and a rogue. They like to steal things. She has sort of dark fur, really dark, short fur, and these big green eyes. They're just like looking all over the place, very inquisitively, and she landed on all 4s as cats do.
All right. And Alex.
I am playing for my first character, Stablast, or Stablast, as some may call her, a hobgoblin warrior woman of sorts. Carries a big old greatsword, but doesn't wear any armor. Has some magical doodads and trinkets about her person as well. So, average human height, but green skin, pointy ears, and she shaves her hair, so is bald.
Cool.
Got it.
Yep.
Was muted. Okay, you guys want me to read the entire description of the room again?
No.
No. But you can kind of
Yeah,
see what I was describing on the map there. You've got that diorama in the center of the room, niches with additional dioramas, 3 on each side, and then you have a door to the east, which is above you.
Does it say which of those niches is which aspect of things?
Yes, it does. I have the descriptions of each of them.
Go over that again.
And I mean, if the DM layer already has them, otherwise I'm just going to put text boxes next to each of them, label them.
Yes, I have the description, but it is not written there. I have to reference the book itself. So you can mark on those if you want to.
So if we start with the top left, I guess
Don't
the
put
most
anything dirty because the stream can see it.
Yeah, here's what I'll say. Starting from the bottom left on your screen, we'll label that one A.
Oh, bottom left.
Bottom left is labeled A. And then above that is B, and then C.
Okay.
And then on the bottom right is D. And then above that, E and F.
Okay, it doesn't seem to want to keep those text boxes on the map.
I can see A, B. I don't see the rest of them.
I don't see the ones that I put there.
Yeah.
I'm writing it down.
Nothing.
Yeah. You guys can just, I mean, if you guys want to put that in your notes. So the first one is, so A is, if you guys have A, B, C, D, E, F now, A is farming, B is fishing, then farming.
Okay, fish farm.
Then, let's see. Well, now I need to look. Fishing, farming. Yeah, then religion. Warfare. The creation story. And crafting.
I'm sorry, did it go D, E, F or D, D, E?
Bottom up, D, E, F.
Okay. Can I go look at the door?
Yes, you can.
Maybe it just opens, you guys.
Maybe it does. Maybe there's no puzzle in this room. Maybe it's all red herring. Let's go. Okay, go ahead and go to the door. You see the door is does have a like a carving in it. it's carved with a sun symbol that appears to open into the room. There are hinges on this side of the door and scratches on the floor, appearing that the door opens inwards. There's no visible lock or handle on it, although a slight gap stretches across the top of the door. 8 holes seem to have been bored into the door. They are about an inch in diameter, but nothing can be seen in them. The door itself seems fairly thick. The lintel is arched with a keystone at the top.
Okay. So the keystone at the top, or the sun symbol carved in it. There's how many things are in it?
There are 8 holes bored to the door.
Okay. Fascinating.
What's the thing in the center of the room again?
So the thing in the center of the room, there is a
The diorama, right?
Yeah, it's an alcove that's like a half dome, recess into the floor. It's about 4 feet high, 10 feet wide. And there's a display depicting a hunting party of Olman warriors in feathers and deer hide that are hunting a stag. I can go more into the description if you want, but there's a group that is cleaning a small mule deer. Others have cornered a panther with spears, and there's a scout that watches the panther from an outcropping above, holding a metal staff with a loop in its end that looks like a shepherd's crook.
And about what scale are the figures of the one in the middle, and are they comparable to the ones in the outer dioramas?
They're about the same size. They're about 6 inches tall, and they look like they're made of stucco, and they're kind of colorfully painted.
Okay. Do any of them look more cylindrical than the others? Do they look like they might fit into the holes in the door?
The figurines, no, they don't look like they're too large to fit into the holes in the door.
Okay, but any of the tools that the figurines are holding, such as the crook or the spear?
The crook. Some of them are depicted to hold different things, like with nets and other tools, small kind of simple tribal tools. The crook that they're holding is about the same length as the figurines, so about 6 inches long. It looks too small to fit into the holes bored into the stone face of the door, but it does look like it could be detached from the figurine.
Are all the little ones in the not the big diorama, but the ones in the niches, like, do they look like they're missing pieces? Like, they look like they have the tools they're supposed to have or anything? Gibberish question.
No, I see. You're saying if there's anything out of place among them.
Yeah, or like somebody that looks like if one of the little
there's
guys
like a hand
looks
up
like he's supposed to be holding something, but he's not.
Yeah. No, I mean, they all look like they're in relatively good condition, that they're all holding the things they need to be holding.
Okay. Is this like an escape room where we get clues?
We all have to agree to it, though.
We all have to agree that we can use a clue.
Well, I think we can go ahead and start by removing that shepherd's crook and seeing if that does anything.
We would never get to use a clue because Alex wouldn't let us.
I would, but we have a lead. Let's follow it.
Yeah. Let's do that. And one of the ones in the little niches too, like, are any of those things removable? Like, do the little tools or like anything like that, will they come out of their hands? Or are they
yeah, so you're looking at all the little
I don't want to break them, but
yeah, you're taking them out and seeing if you can take any of the other items that they're holding.
Yes.
Okay. None of the other items that these creatures, or these figurines are holding look like they can be removed. The only one that looks like it could be removed is the shepherd's crook from the hunting one.
There you go.
Okay, and
The hunting diorama, which is the one in the center of the room.
Abby, are you going to take that?
yeah, I'll go ahead and give that a grab, and I will use Mage Hand to remove it.
Okay. I assume after you guys are inspecting these figurines, you're just putting them back on the places where they were before.
Yeah.
Okay. You take the use your mage hand. It comes off easy enough without damaging the figurine.
Mm-hmm. Just, I guess, gonna pocket that for now.
Is there any sort of writing?
Around the room?
Yeah, like by the dioramas. Like engraved in the stone or painted on.
There is not any writing in this room. Anything you guys want to inspect or look over, make any checks or anything?
So the thing you took is like a shepherd's crook?
Mm-hmm. It's about like 6 inches long. Metal. I think it's made of, actually, let me double check. Made of metal. I don't have any.
But it won't fit in. You said it wouldn't fit in the door.
I mean, it'll fit in, like, you want to take it and, like, put it in there are, like, 8 holes that are...
But if I put it in one of the holes in the door, does it, like, magically light up?
No, I mean, the holes in the door, it's too small. Yeah, they're round. It looks like they'd been, like drilled in, like something had been, like, bored into the door.
Is there somewhere on, like, on the diorama that's the farm? Is that this one? This one. Ping.
Yeah.
Will it
yes,
fit somewhere on there?
The farming one appears to have, it has 12 little commoner statues engaged in farming, look like planting maize, harvesting wheat, with 5 tribal warriors standing guard and a priest that's looking over them in a bird costume.
The sheep.
Blessing the crops. There doesn't seem no sheep and no place to put that the thing you're holding, the crook.
What if we took the warriors from farming and moved them over to warfare?
Okay.
All the warriors together?
Yeah, because I'm not exactly sure why they would need warriors to oversee farming.
Protecting the fields. I don't know. I'll do that. Take all the little warriors and put them with the other warriors.
Okay, putting them on the warfare one? Okay. Yeah. You move them over, put them on the warfare diorama. Nothing happens.
Are there warriors in the other dioramas?
Let's see.
Are there,
other than
the religion one?
Yes, there are looks like a few costumed tribal warrior little figurines on the religion one. That's the only other one that has any, though.
Well, we take those warriors, we put all the warriors together, and then we could take the priest and put him with the religion. Put everybody where we think they're supposed to be. Let's see if anything happens.
Everything must be organized.
Okay, yeah, you move those around, and you move the warriors to the hunting diorama. You move the priest to the religion diorama, seeing if that has any effect. Doesn't change anything.
What about taking figures from the central diorama and trying to sort those out? Because didn't you say it had aspects of all of the others to begin with?
It has 12 warriors on it. Looks like like I said, there's the warriors that are doing the hunting. They have a saying
We have a scout.
A scout that's kind of overwatching what's happening. That was the one that was holding the shepherd's crook that you've taken off of it, and then there's a little dog and a panther as well.
I look along the bottom of the central sort of pillar and kind of see. Does it seem like there's like a seam there, like where it meets the floor?
The thing in the center of the room,
yes,
it's actually recessed into like an indentation on the ground. So there is it is kind of dug down a bit, and then the diorama itself in the center is a like solid piece of stone carved out that's sitting there. There is like a seam there where it's not it wasn't carved out of the floor. It was like placed there.
Scramble up on top of it and stand on top of the thing.
Okay. You stand on top of it. Doesn't shift or do anything.
What does the ceiling look like again?
Ceiling goes up about 20 feet. There is it's not in great condition. It looks like it's probably at risk for collapsing at some point, given the collapse that has already happened in here that brought you down to this place. But it's just a simple stone ceiling, nothing really to be said about it.
At the end of the room where there's all the rubble, does that look like a whole part of the room collapsed? Like there could be more alcoves over there, or is it just like the wall? Like maybe there used to be more of these things?
No, I'd say it looks like that was probably the end of the room, that there was either some sort of passageway or a wall that was there that collapsed inwards. Doesn't look like you're missing any alcoves. So you've inspected the niches, you've inspected the diorama in the center of the room. Does anybody want to look at the door?
I did.
Did you actually inspect it, or did you just look it over?
Well, I mean, I would like to inspect it.
Here, make a perception check. I misunderstood I thought you were just looking over at the door. Make a perception check. I probably should have asked for that to begin with.
17.
17. You don't notice anything additional about the door.
Okay. Still just a door.
Yeah.
If I go over to it and start just trying to put mage hand in, each of the holes, you said there was like a gap up above, or?
Yeah. So there's a slight gap at the top of the door. Yeah. So there is. Yeah, a slight gap that stretches across the top of the door. Yeah, you can use mage hand, sort of prod around in there too. I'll say you can make an investigation check.
Okay. Bring up my sheet. 22.
22. Okay. Nothing seems to happen when you poke the mage hand in there. You do kind of fire out the top of the door. There's the keystone at the top of the door, and you notice there is a small hole at the bottom of the keystone.
I want to put the shepherd's crook in there.
Okay. You put the shepherd's crook into that small hole. Turn it. There is a clicking noise, and the doors swing open.
Should probably put all the figurines back where they were first, but hold on to the shepherd's crook in case there are more keyholes for it.
Okay.
Any objections? You're muted, Morgan.
Yeah, we can put them back. And Shadow's gonna put them all back, except for the priest and feathers. She's gonna pocket that one.
Okay, so you're taking one of them, putting it in your pocket?
Yes.
All right. And which one was that again?
The priest that was on like in the feather outfit.
Gotcha. Okay. So you can mark that in your inventory. So you guys move into the next room. I will go ahead and open that up. It should update the dynamic lighting. Well, once you guys move through the door. So I will go ahead and move you guys over here.
Sure.
All right. So you come into a L-shaped hallway, cuts off to the north. The stone walls of this corridor are carved to resemble a stack of bamboo-like logs. The passage slopes down from a single door on its western leg, the lintel of which has been crafted to represent a stylized cavern entrance. It leads to double doors of beaten bronze, worked to resemble a forest of seaweed. Once you guys kind of get around that corner.
So bamboo carving to stylized cave entrance to kelp forest.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and move yours forward, Savannah, and then.
I'm gonna take a closer look at this decorative, the bamboo, and check if there's anything trappy.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Okay. 15.
15. You do not notice any traps. Looking over the walls, they seem well decorated, but you don't notice any hitches or seams or anything like that that would indicate any other doors or anything leading out from here.
Okay.
So, is this doors right here? These two?
There are.
Doors at the end?
Let me see.
Look like doors.
I'm double checking the description here.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there are like stone cylinders embedded in the wall there, like stacked from floor. They kind of look like logs.
All right. I'm gonna slink down the hallway and take a look at those stacks of blocks.
Okay.
They're like those silver things right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gonna look at those a little closer.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Oh, that's not that. But that is a thing. Okay, perception. 17.
Okay. Looking over the logs here, you don't see anything off about them. They look separate from the. They're embedded in the wall. They're not like part of the wall, but you don't see or notice anything else about them.
These look fine.
Do they move?
Kind of pull on them or
Like, does
poke
it
them or
turn
whatever.
something?
No, they're stuck in place.
Okay.
Gonna somersault through.
Okay, you move to the other side of the logs. Nothing happens.
Looks fine.
Okay.
Scary's over here.
I'll go down to this end of the hall.
All right. You all walk to. I'll move you. Sorry. Other end of the hall. There are the set of double doors there. You open them?
Can
okay.
I open them?
Yes, you can. I will push.
My little arms.
Yes. The doors open ahead of you. Lighting doesn't want to we go. I have to move you guys or re-drop you guys for the lighting update.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This room is constructed of several. Make sure I have the right room here. Yes. This room is constructed of several large stone blocks buttressed in the corners. I have lost the room now. The walls are wet and slimy, and mud covers most of the floor in a thin coating. To the east and west may be seen stone doors recessed in the wall, and to the north, a set of stairs that leads down. Yes, got that right. In the center of the chamber sits a large polished boulder amid a pile of smaller rounded rocks. The boulder is 5 feet tall and colored brown with dark streaks and spots. Leaning against it is what appears to be a bamboo staff. In the mud around the base of the boulder is a moving shape looking like a crayfish. It is facing you and seems to be aware of your presence.
Ooh, it's wet in here. Also, there's a fish.
Ew.
Also, there's a fish. Is a crayfish a big fish or a little fish? Or just like
It's a big crayfish. It's a big crayfish. Like,
say, crayfish are little. Normal.
yeah. I don't know if you guys can see it. You guys can't see the crayfish. See.
No.
Why is that not showing up for you guys?
Surprise fish.
Why is it an invisible crayfish?
No.
You spoiled the surprise.
quick fairy fire.
Ooh.
Oh, that is a big fish.
So move back to the token layer. Does it turn invisible? Can you see it now?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it turns invisible.
That is so weird. Okay, well,
So you saw it for a second and then it was gone.
yeah. For some
That is
reason,
a
it can
big
only be
crayfish.
seen when it's on the map layer. I don't know, Roll20. Why do you do that? But yeah, there is I'll just move it to the map layer for now. Yeah, big old crayfish right there.
But it's like looking at us.
It is staring right at you.
Like,
as
Okay,
you're
but it's
standing in the-
definitely not in the water. It's just like this fish standing there.
Yeah, it's in the mud. It's like half submerged, kind of chilling in the mud.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to mage hand the bamboo staff from where it is and bring it back over to us.
Okay. So as you summon the mage hand, it begins to kind of hover across the room towards the bamboo staff. The crayfish focuses on you and kind of moves between you and the big boulder and begins to speak in Ulman. And it in this ancient language, which I guess two of you understand. It asks, "Who is this? Who dares enter the chamber of the guardian? You had better go, or I will have to discharge my sacred duty. Be off with you before I lose my temper."
What's this thing saying?
I'm gonna like climb up on Stabby's shoulders. It's like a protector or something. It says we should leave.
I think this is the only way we can go.
Yo, fish, we're just trying to get out of here. I'm gonna say that in Ulman.
It remains focused on you, and it says, "Then go whence you came."
But we can't go that way anymore.
That's not my problem.
Can we just go around? Is that all right?
It says, "Which way do you intend to go?"
Which way do we intend to go?
Down the stairs.
We're not gonna
Downstairs.
check the rest of this floor.
You want to go across the room down the stairs?
Just go around down the stairs.
See what it says.
Fish.
I think it kind of, it again keeps itself interposed between you, and it says, Ye may circle the room, but keep your backs to the wall. If I see one step forward, I will not hesitate to take action.
Fish is trying to threaten us.
I think we can do that. Are we actually going down the stairs?
I just want to see what it was going to do. But it kind of sounds like he's just letting us go wherever. We just can't go closer to it. Okay. He didn't say we couldn't go through the doors or down the stairs.
The fish moved.
Yeah, sorry, I put him to actually interpose between.
Okay. He said backs to the walls.
Yeah. Do we want to go clockwise or counterclockwise and then through whichever set of doors first? Are we ignoring the doors?
Wherever you want to go, Stabby. I don't want to touch the ground. It's all gross and muddy.
Oh, and I don't even have prestidigitation. Oh well.
Let's see. Can you see that
mud.
crayfish?
Yes.
We can
Okay.
see the
Well,
same crayfish.
There are two. Are there two crayfishes on the
No.
field, or just the
Nope.
one? Why? Okay. Well, we'll figure that out. Anyway.
Let's
Continue.
go clockwise towards the door. I put
Or
it
like-
back to the wall and just like inch through the mud
Okay.
towards the door at the to the west, I guess, at the bottom.
And if Stabby lets me, I'm just going to keep riding on piggyback.
I mean, how big is Shadow?
Smaller than most Abaxis, like. Big is she? I was picturing like
The fish is following us.
4 feet tall. Like she's very short and small.
It's little.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all circle around the room towards the stairs on the far side of the room, correct?
I
Just gonna
think
go
we're going to the doorway here.
Oh, you want to go to the door
Yeah,
first?
we'll stop at the door.
Okay. Door.
My token won't move.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's. I can click on it. Just can't move it. Roll 20 hates me today.
I just moved it for you.
Thank you.
Oh, it moved again. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so
It's a ghost.
I mean, I can move your token. I don't know why you can't.
Like I can click on it. If I like go to drag it anywhere, it won't move. I don't know.
It's a little laggy, but I think that's because we have a ginormous map
You guys
hidden
just
here.
move my token. It's fine. I don't need.
Okay.
To move it.
Yeah.
Somebody just move it.
We got you.
Does the
all
door
right.
open?
Yeah, there's a single stone door there that has
The western door.
yes, which for some odd reason doesn't have a description. Okay. Yes, the door is open.
I'll just like peek
Step back
inside.
through.
Like
Okay.
Peek through it.
Well, I mean, it's open as it is unlocked. You push it open.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I need to clarify. Boop. And trying to do this. Okay. Yeah, the hallway continues to another set of stairs that leads downward. Again, the walls are kind of slimy with this water buildup.
Bleh.
It also goes down.
It may be me misinterpreting the map. Does it seemed like the stairs to the north went like down? This seems like it just goes like down a little bit, but it's still more or less the same floor.
They go down about the same distance. Yeah.
Do we want to go check the other door first?
I mean, we're already here.
Yeah, I suppose we can always come back. Famous last words.
But when you put it like that,
We already fell down a hole that we can't get back out of.
we'll be fine. I know how to navigate places like this. Trust me.
All right, well,
Now onward.
let's go.
Okay.
trying to drag us all down. It's just very laggy.
Yeah, it's just a big map.
Yeah.
I can move you guys if you want me to. That might be the easier option.
I've got us there now.
Okay. So you make it down to the door at the bottom of the stairs, opening that door.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You may need
Cats keep
to.
open the door.
And you may need to do the thing where you recenter the map. Or, no. Go ahead with description.
Okay. Is the map not?
We're getting to the very edge of what's up, but now that Savvy's back, she can readjust camera.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to put you guys in this room then. Hold on 1 second. The cats keep opening the door.
They've gotten too smart.
Oh no! You guys gotta get those little baby things on the doors.
Okay. So pushing open this this doorway, this room is wet and has its walls are covered with a slimy white buildup. There's about 1.5 inches of water and mud blanketing the floor. Many overturned pedestals and pieces of broken statuary lie on the floor, partially buried in mud. Opposite the entrance of this room is another door. Only one pedestal remains standing in the northwest corner. On it sits a small, metallic, 3-sided pyramid. Overhead, in the shadow-draped ceiling, are inlaid colored tiles depicting a starry sky and forming strange patterns in the areas above the pedestals.
So above each of the corners, but there's just one intact pedestal, or the tiles are just above the one intact one?
No, the tiles are above all of the pedestals, but only one of the pedestals is intact.
Is there any kind of geometric configuration of the tiles such that it seems like the one above the 3-sided pyramid would match up and give any clue to what the others were like?
Make an investigation check. I think this would be appropriate there.
Sure. 12.
Okay. Looking over the pedestals with the context you have, there doesn't seem to be any direct correlation between the, as far as you can tell, to the tiles above the pedestals and the pedestals themselves.
I'm gonna go climb off of Stabby and can I move my first? I can't move mine, but it's fine. I'm gonna look at the.
Yeah, just ping the map where you want to move to, and I'll move you there.
If it lets me ping the map, I just have to double click, right?
Click and hold.
Yeah, just click and hold.
Aha! Right, that's where the intact one is.
Yes, in the northwest corner. So
west.
Actually, it's going to be the other side of the room. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see how the compass was oriented. Now I see it.
Yeah.
So now I know.
Yeah. So I'll move you over there.
Oh, look at it. So
Okay.
3 sides?
You make a perception check.
Yes, please. Mm-hmm. 9.
9. Okay. Looking over the pedestal, you don't. There's nothing really that stands out about it. Simple kind of marble structure. The pyramid itself seems separate from the pedestal. It appears to be made of silver. Otherwise, nothing else of note.
Should I take it off the pedestal? It's not attached.
If you don't mind, if you back up, I can use my mage hand just in case something goes boom.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Not to spoil your fun or anything, but...
Okay, I was gonna go over here and kind of hide around the corner.
Okay.
I will approach and try to mage hand the pyramid off the pedestal.
Okay. You summon your mage hand, you grab onto the pyramid, and you lift it up off the pedestal, and you have a pyramid.
Is there anything about this door here at the west end, or?
Nope, nothing strange about it. Just a door. You want to try to open it?
Yeah. I will go ahead and use the mage hand to drop the pyramid in my flesh hand, and then mage hand the door.
Okay. Door's a little too heavy to mage hand open.
Okay. And there's no effect from touching the pyramid with flesh and blood?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah. Then we'll go over and try to push the door open, or pull it, as it were.
Yeah, you push the door.
This is one of those dungeons where you don't specify push or pull.
Only on certain doors that it's actually been told to me which way they open. So this door goes both ways. And that door opens up, and you can see the hallway beyond. Yeah, and there's like a stream of water leading down, following it, as it also has an L-shaped curve.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and pocket that pyramid for now.
Okay.
Unless, should we be leaving these things where we find them in case we need to come back for them later? What do you guys think?
We won't make any money off them if we leave them where we found them.
Yeah. Okay,
That's true.
Three-sided pyramid. Are there any more defining features I should mark down, or?
Nope, just smooth pyramid made of silver. Nothing else of note.
I'm gonna feel around where one of the collapse pillars are. Look around and see maybe if there's another one.
Okay.
In the goo.
That's not in the goo.
Well, yeah, just gonna see if maybe it's fallen down and so we can't.
Okay. Yeah, you can look
over in this other corner.
Yeah, you can look around the other corners. It's mostly just the collapsed rubble of the pedestals. You don't really see any other objects. There's perhaps some other stonework and things that are underneath this white residue that's covering the walls, that you'd have to get your hands in there to investigate it any further.
Okay. I think move back over to the intact pedestal and try and mage hand some of the residue away.
Okay. Yeah, you mage hand some of the residue away from the walls, scraping it off. There's some kind of filigree underneath and some depiction of the that's barely visible underneath, but it seems highly corroded. And otherwise, kind of inspecting and shifting through with your mage hand, nothing else of note.
Can I look at this white residue a little closer and try to figure out what it might be?
Sure. You can make a nature check.
Nature. 15.
15. Actually, that's exactly what you needed.
Excellent.
So you can depict, or you can tell that the white residue that's covering the walls is actually lime, caustic lime, so that it would not behoove you to touch it. You can also tell that there is a patch of there's a mass in above the western door that you're currently walking through. Mm-hmm. It appears to be it's a greenish color, slightly off from the rest of the white room. It resembles green slime, but what you can tell getting closer, it actually appears to have be an algae, and not a slime.
You said that's above the doorway we're about to go through? Or
yes.
The door we have opened?
Yeah.
I don't know, mage hand poke the algae, see if it does anything.
Okay. You poke the algae. It doesn't seem to respond. One other thing you guys are noticing is you've been in this dungeon for about, let's say 30 or 45 minutes now. The air is thick in here. It's a little bit difficult to breathe. And you're beginning to get a bit lightheaded from just the general atmosphere, not of this room, but of the entire shrine or temple that you're in.
All right. We should find our way out of here pretty quick, guys.
Yeah.
Feels gross in here.
Yep.
Okay, well, I couldn't find any other pyramids.
Onward, then.
Okay. You guys move down the hallway. I'm going to put you guys like around this junction here.
Star.
Did I put you on top of each other? There we go. Yeah, Star's sort of a general. Hold on, there's actually like a map legend for me. Stars represent statues, just so you guys know. So the walls and ceiling of this hallway are covered in slime, and the floor of the passage is covered with a layer of mud. Though this muck, through this muck is a steady stream of water that trickles northward, following the direction that you guys are heading. The stucco of the walls is flaking off, and there are glowing silver tracks in the slime crisscrossing the walls and ceiling. Along the east wall of the passage stands a 12-foot tall statue, or stone statue of a man outfitted in fine clothing and holding a stone tray in his raised arms. Its eyes appear to be black gemstones. The right one droops out of its socket, balancing on the statue's cheek. From behind the left soldier protrudes the hilt of a weapon, most likely a sword. The stone tray, as well as the forehead and the nose of the statue, are chipped and scratched.
Gonna stick her hands in the water and try to clean off the gunk.
Okay.
From digging around.
Think we give this guy his eye back? Shove it back into place?
Could use a good poke back in there.
Yeah. So, mage hand to put the eye back in its socket.
Okay. You put the eye back in the socket.
Nothing happens.
Nope.
Gonna try putting the pyramid on the tray.
Okay. You put the pyramid on the tray, and it's a nice little addition to this to this statue.
I gotta look at the doors.
On the far end of the hall?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, you go to inspect the doors. Yeah, there's nothing of note written about the doors, so I assume they are unassuming double stone doors.
You can try to open them.
Okay. Yeah, you can push open those doors there.
I'm gonna take the pyramid back. And now, do we steal the eyes?
I mean, I was gonna ask. The one was already falling out.
Yeah.
Who's to say that it just
Well-
fell out one day?
It's already falling out. There are lots of scratch marks on the face of the statue, and I'm worried that someone was trying to take them out and didn't get very far. But it's your funeral.
This one's very smart.
What would you like to do?
Can always come back if we realize we need black eye-sized gemstones.
What about the sword, though?
Yeah, I think very quickly seeing if Mage Hand can do anything with that hilt.
Yeah, so I think you grab on the sword. It is loose and it begins to come out, but the long sword is too large for your mage hand to pick up.
All right, well, I can try climbing up to go grab it.
Don't die.
I'll do my best. So
You'll be
I think
fine.
I'm gonna climb the statue and try to pull the sword out.
Okay.
I'm backing up.
How much do you weigh?
Backing up.
I am 170 pounds.
Backing up.
Perfect. Are you against? So you're against. Have you opened the doors yet? By the way, I know you said you did. I wanted to make sure with all
Yes,
this.
I did.
Okay, I'll go and open those two.
I'm probably
Backing up.
watching Stabby do it.
So those doors open now. I'm going to reset all you guys so you can see. There we go.
Oh, that's cool.
However, Stablest climbs up on top of the statue, you kind of position yourself on the tray and going to grab the sword. As you do, the statue begins to tilt and begins to fall forward. The top heavy portion of it giving way and collapsing down on top of you in a rubbly heap. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is 12, but I'm going to use my War Mage feature. What is this class actually called? But Arcane Deflection. I can, when well, I guess tell me if I fail the saving throw first.
With the 12, you fail. Yes.
So I can use my reaction to gain a +4 bonus to that saving throw. So does a 16 put me at a success?
16 will succeed. In which case you only take... oh, no, you take nothing. So you avoid the debris as you jump off of it. The statue collapses down, the gems falling out of the eye socket, and the sword tumbling across the ground as well. It also opens up a passageway behind the statue.
What do you know? And I guess doesn't really matter because we're not in combat, but the only downside to that feature is when I use it, I can't cast spells other than cantrips until the end of my next turn.
Okay. 6 seconds pass, nobody attacks you.
Yep. So I think
Well, I'm just gonna grab these then.
yeah. And is there anything
Grab
special
the
about
eyes.
the longsword, or is it just the
It's in very good condition. Appears to be made of laminated. The hilt is made of laminated wood, the sword itself, sorry, is made of laminated wood inset with jagged teeth of obsidian.
Whoa.
And I would say, with your knowledge, it appears to be magical, which would give why it is in such good condition after being down here for so long.
Well, if we want to take a quick breather, can spend 10 minutes, figure out what this thing is or does.
10 minutes, that's so long.
Well, it's the only way to do it because I don't have it prepared, but I
Yeah.
can cast it as a ritual out of my spell book.
All right.
Okay.
Me and Shadow might creep around the hallways for a bit.
Also,
Ooh, too far.
even though I can use my greatsword, I'm not proficient with long swords because of a hobgoblin thing.
Oh, that's funny.
So if either of you can use long swords after we figure out what this is.
Do they use strength?
Longswords do, yes.
I can, but it's a bad idea.
Oh, we'll see what it does
Same.
first, I suppose.
Okay.
Little kitten with the huge ones.
So you're going to try to cast Identify on it, you said?
As a ritual.
Okay. So 10 minutes there. The door was open. That collapsed. Okay.
Me and Shadow are gonna creep around the hallways nearby.
Yeah, can I creep down this new passageway?
You're going down the secret passageway?
Yes.
Okay.
Tunnel.
Let's creep.
All right.
I
I think...
Yeah, I would probably just more or less sit on the statue to identify the sword.
There you go.
Okay. You guys begin to go down the passageway here while he's doing his identification. Go and move you guys to the end of it. The passageway itself is, again, it's very damp. Water beads collect along the walls of this narrow passageway, and the flooring is cold and damp. A low ceiling, only 5 feet tall, further cramps this dank place. So it is very small, but I don't think that's really an issue for either of you.
Nope, we're very
Um,
small.
Yeah, we are small.
Smells like wet cat in here.
I resent that, but it is accurate.
At the northern end of the passage, as you reach the end of it, is a block of stone mounted on a central pivot. And it seems to be wedged partially open by some debris on the ground. So that's what you see, and you can see the passage continues and where it kind of breaks off. However, Stablast, as you're doing your identification, about 30 seconds pass. And you, with your passive perception of 10, do not notice as a creature approaches from the hallway.
The doors that we are
that you've opened.
We have done a bad job.
And you see, let's see. Unfortunately, there's no like art for this thing. It's just now. Can you see the token that I just put there?
Yes.
Okay, good. I don't know why. Yes.
That doesn't sound great.
Tekuzitstekatl?
It is Tekuzestekatl.
Tekuzestekatl.
Is it just a giant floating word?
Zesty?
Or
No, what you see is a massive slug that is slurping. I think is the most appropriate use of that word.
Yeah.
Through the water and up the pool ahead of you, and you suddenly realize what the zigzagging pattern across the wall, the silvery kind of trail around the floor of the passageway is, and it approaches you and sees you, and it calls out in a language that you don't understand.
Oh no!
No, we had done such
The rest of you from down the hallway hear a booming voice that says, "How about you, interloper?" And the slug comes towards you. We're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, we just established I have a reaction thing that helps me out sometimes.
Yeah.
And I also have another thing that helps with my initiative.
I'm gonna roll my actual dice because I have like 4 different initiative things.
Yep. So, yeah, because rolling in roll 20 to put me on the board, but I get to add a whole lot to it. So, my real initiative is a 17.
Mine's a 25.
Wow.
Hey guys.
Yes.
See how the slug does.
17. What's your
Bet he's a slow boy.
what's Stabby's dex?
So my dex is +2, but I have this tactical wit. Your keen ability to assess tactical situations. As you act quickly in battle, you can give yourself a bonus to your initiative rolls equal to your intelligence modifier.
Nice.
I assume she's asking to break a tie.
Oh, yeah, 2.
So I assume Shadow does go first.
Yeah.
But that's
Okay.
how you add your intelligence. That's legit.
Let's get some
Yeah,
action
war
music
mages are
going.
cool.
Yes. They're so cool.
So far, I'm very much enjoying all about this.
I've never played a ranger before. This is also
So-
pretty cool.
Liara, what do you do?
Well,
Interloper!
interloper. I have on my first turn in combat, I have 40 feet of movement.
Okay.
So, surprise! I'm gonna run out the hallway, I guess. Is this to scale? Should I be measuring?
Yeah, it is to scale. Your measuring tool
my
should give
ruler.
you accurate. So
Oh,
it's-
perfect.
It's not like our Strahd game where it kept screwing up.
no, I'm pretty. Yeah, this
I
is
haven't used a
accurate.
ruler in Roll20 in so long. All right, so I'm gonna run. I'm gonna take off running from where I am in the hallway, except my token won't move.
I can.
Put me like somewhere.
Okay, yeah, that
Ish.
works.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or do you want to be one? You could move one back away, put Stablast between you and this slug.
Yes, I'll put one.
I'll move
one
you.
behind. I can't ping or do anything. My Roll20 is so laggy right now.
Sorry,
I love your
Nope.
Roll20, but you're
for some reason, just moved back.
you're being a butt
Here,
right now.
I'll move Savannah's token because I think maybe some people, or with multiple people doing it, it might be not
It's the
saving.
most popular token on the board. All right, so I'm gonna take off running into
Yes.
back to where our good friend Stabby is. And then I'm gonna use my... No, I'm gonna shoot at it with my longbow.
Okay.
I guess is probably what I should do.
Yes.
So the first one is a lot. 27.
That hits.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll all my attacks. That one is 17.
Okay.
Is it hit?
Oh, was that to hit?
No,
I'm sorry, I thought that
I'm
was
gonna roll all
damage.
my attacks.
Yes, that also hits.
Okay, and then I get a third attack, and if it hits on this one, I get extra damage.
Okay.
Surprise.
That's legit.
22 on the
Also
third.
hits.
Okay,
Yes.
Great. So now I need to know.
It's a slug. It's not difficult to hit.
Slug. Okay, so my damage is gonna be. So if that third attack hits, I get an extra D8 of damage. So that's very
Okay.
cool.
And your favorite enemy is beasts,
11.
correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And aberrations.
This is neither of those. Okay.
12.
It's a monster.
For all three, it's 28 piercing damage.
Yikes. Okay. All right.
That's all I got. I just fire off 3 arrows in quick succession into the
Okay.
beastie.
All right. 3 arrows all sink into the slug, which continues kind of like slurping forward.
Ugh.
And it yells something as it takes the hits. It says, "I will devour the marrow from your bones." And
Stabby, it said it's gonna devour the marrow from your bones.
Oh, I like my marrow in my bones.
okay, the Shadow's turn now.
Okay, I'm gonna use my feline agility to run real fast. Let's see, so 50.
Oh yeah, you can.
So I can run 60 is double, and then if I dash, I can move another 30. So it'll give me like right there.
Cool.
Whoa, if I can. Oh, I need to grab the extra thing. Okay, so bonus action dashing. Why would shoot? There we go. And then I'm gonna hide. Gonna try to hide.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Yes. $14.
14. Okay. And that's it for your turn.
Yes.
Right. It is. Oh,
Is
sorry.
it dark in here?
Yes, it is.
I had a thing, something about when I'm in darkness.
Because you guys haven't used any sort of light source yet.
While
Oh,
in
yeah.
darkness, you are invisible to any creatures that rely on dark vision to see you in darkness. Don't know if that counts here.
Read that again.
I heard you like darkness.
Just
you
read
are-
it again.
You are adept at evading creatures that rely on dark vision. That's you guys too, I guess. While in darkness, you are invisible to any creatures that rely on dark vision to see you in that darkness.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're like invisible right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
you guys
Okay, I
probably
see.
can't see me.
Yes. Okay.
It's darkness in here.
Blends in perfectly.
Okay. Good to know. Stab Blast is your turn.
Okay, gonna keep it pretty simple. Gonna shoot it with a ray of frost.
Okay.
Maybe that hits. I know you said it's a slug, but I rolled real low.
Which also, because you guys don't have any sort of light source, even with your dark vision, things are kind of lightly obscured from you. So he will get a bonus to his AC. It hasn't made any effect so far, but I'll have to remember that until you guys light something up.
Well, I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Does that hit?
No.
Okay. So ray of frost goes wide, and I'm just gonna use my movement to back away down the corridor.
Okay.
Yeah, just gonna go back to like the corner, I think.
Okay. The slug, Tekuzetecatl, Tekuzeziztecatl. I have there's a pronunciation guide for all of these, and I have a hard time with them still.
Well, that's good that they put
Continues
a guide in there.
to slurp forward. and does seem to focus on you,
Me?
Liara. Yes,
Oh,
because does not
beans.
rely on Dark's vision. However, sees Stabblast running away, and it says, "You cannot flee from the Lord of Snails," and it kind of like bulges outward, and then sends a gout of acidic slime forward that is going to go in a 30-foot line.
Should have gone around the corner.
Oh,
So yeah, it's going to get both of you in that.
what?
I need you both to make dexterity saving throws.
All
I
right.
finally have a character that's good at these.
16.
She said, rolling a natural 1.
8. Okay, 16 succeeds. 8 does not. So on a it's 16 points of acid damage, reduced to 8. But that is all that they can do. Oh, I did miss this. Okay, so the slug is actually glowing. So I'll that wouldn't have made any difference for your 10 earlier, but so you guys can very easily see the slug. Okay, that's gonna end.
Hi, G. Interesting place you've joined us at.
Yes, Liara, is your turn again.
Sorry, I had to refresh my character sheet because my whole hit point thing just disappeared.
Yeah, the
I
hit
accidentally
point
gave
bars are
myself
very finicky.
5,363 hit points, which is not right. Okay. Come on, Roll20, get it together for me. I'm gonna back away.
Okay.
To, I guess over here in the corner, because I'm not going through it. And I'm gonna... So few spell slots.
The arrows seem to work pretty good.
Right, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot at it again. As I get... Yeah, I'll take 2 shots at it again.
Okay. Let me double check something. Actually, you are within melee of this thing, though.
Beans!
So you're at disadvantage right now.
Ah! Fine, well, I rolled 2 dice, so... 22... And a natural 1! Again.
Okay. Roll your damage for the 22, though.
It's 6 piercing damage.
Okay, 6 piercing damage. All right. You fire 2 more arrows. One of them sticks in. The other one, one of these like pseudopods comes out from the slug and kind of lashes at you, which causes you to kind of flinch, and your arrow goes wide. That will end your turn. Shadow.
Can I throw my dagger at it?
Yes, you are currently. You rolled a 14. You said on your stealth.
Do it see me?
It does not know that you are there currently.
Okay. Dagger. Whoa!
Whoa!
So it's a 26 to hit?
That hits.
Okay, and then... I don't know why I did... Oh, because it rolled it twice.
It's a natural 20.
Yes, okay. And then also sneak attack.
Yeah, roll your sneak attack twice.
Twice.
Let me click it again. So much damage.
Okay, so
let's see. 9, 20, 32.
Ooh.
As a stagger just from the darkness.
She's like the night.
32 points of damage as you come whipping around that corner and hurl your dagger, or you just stab it.
I'm gonna throw it. Yeah.
Okay. thrown weapon. I don't remember if that makes a difference. I'd say you, because you're within melee of it won't matter because you were hidden from it. So yeah, you come around the corner, you throw your dagger at it,
Yeah.
it sinks into the slug, and the slug kind of and surprised and also very damaged from that attack, and kind of shudders and kind of retracts backwards a little bit. Is that for your turn, or do you have any follow up to that?
That's it. I feel like that was pretty good.
That was pretty good. And I think the slug, as that happens, kind of like retracting backwards, you hear the Lord of Snails say, "Oh, now hold on a minute. Maybe I've gone a bit too far here. Perhaps there was a misunderstanding," and it's kind of like trying to retreat. What do you do, Stab Blast?
I don't understand it. It's bad acid at me. I'm gonna shoot it with another ray of frost.
Okay.
That way he's one better for 11 this time.
Okay.
Does that hit?
That does not hit.
I've rolled a 3 and a 4 for ray of frost so far. I think with my movement, I'm just gonna duck around the corner this time so it can't spit acid at me again.
I think so. It is now. It is now the Lord of Snails, Tekuzizatadl, his turn, and they continue. They begin to run away, and they say, "We'll call this one a draw," and starts to retreat as fast as it can.
Wait, bring my dagger back.
It does not leave your dagger. Hold on, it's right there. 5, 10, 15, 30. And then it'll dash.
Nail.
Yeah.
Whoa. Look at him go.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
It slurps away very quickly, using its action to dash. So are you guys pursuing or?
Wait, I want to run after it on my turn,
Okay.
but I don't want to attack it.
Okay.
I just want to call out to it to leave our weapons and arrows and we'll call it even.
Okay, so you run down the hallway, saying that it's dark ahead. You have a hard time seeing exactly what's happening. So here's what I'm going to ask: are you guys going to pursue it and continue to attacking, or are you leaving the creature?
I don't want to attack it. I just want my stuff back.
Okay, Shadow and Stab Blast.
I'm gonna tell Stab Blast that I think it's given up.
It's kind of running away like a sissy.
I suppose we can let it go for now.
I hope it gives my dagger back, though.
And it's gonna like follow Liara and see.
Give us our stuff back or we're going to chase you.
Okay. So you head into the room where it happened, and the so there. Let me give a description of this room so you can know what's going on in here. So the doors to this room are made of bronze and are tinted blue from oxidation. Just inside the doorway, you see 2 small alcoves on each side. Each space contains an old fountain, cracked and crushed with lime. Around the fountain in the eastern alcove, a heap of rubbish litters the floor. The fountain in the western alcove still holds some green, scummy water in which something moves. A short hall ending in a descending steps leads to the central chamber, which is flooded. A dark, foul pool covers the entire floor. A central hall flanked by narrow aisles is defined by 2 rows of massive square columns. The walls are coated with slime, and there are glowing silver lines etched across them. From what you can see of the chamber's walls, the stone appears to be crudely worked, and 2 corroded bronze braziers stand in the pool. Toward the middle of the room, 2 broken urns, each apparently once about 4 feet tall, poke up out of the water. In the darkness of the eastern wall appears to be an enormous growth of an overall greenish hue that gives off the same silvery gleam as the slime trails. Oh, wait. You don't see that glow at the other end. That was the slug, who is not there. So you do not see that big glowing growth. You do see over by the braziers there are 4 arrows,
Four.
and a dagger
Aha.
in the water. Well, I guess you see the arrows floating there. You can't see the dagger.
I'll look for it to see if it's there.
Okay, so you move into the water. It's not very deep. It's about 2 feet deep.
Okay.
That's like half
and-
of me.
Yeah, I guess so. You kind of poke around in it, and you can see that there are your dagger is there too.
Got it.
Nice. Why is everything in this place so wet? It's kind of the worst.
Does that happen when you go underground
Mm-hmm.
and you're in the, moist climate?
Blech.
I think Stablast is going to move over to, was it this fountain that you said something was moving around in?
Yes, the western one. Yes.
I'm going to attempt to, mage hand just move around in there, see if I can
Yeah.
get
Are you
anything.
fishing?
There are, as you put your hand in there, a frog jumps out. There's a bullfrogs in there, and as you look in the water, there are a brood of tadpoles as well.
Aw.
Okay. I will just kind of mage hand scooch the bullfrog back in.
Okay.
Go
It
back with
walks
your
back in the
babies.
water. Rivet.
Well, I mean, I can give another shot at this sword now that it seems we'll be left in peace, relative peace for now.
Yeah, sorry we left you and then something showed up like immediately.
Now we know.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah,
take
how about
a-
I watch this hallway? Liara, you watch that one.
All right.
So you take 10 minutes to cast the spell. The 10 minutes pass. You identify the longsword, or is a or the sword will function as a +1 longsword. It also deals additional damage to plant type creatures, an extra 2d6.
Tell them what it does. Either of you want this?
Not really my style.
Right.
Also, you all take 1 point of poison damage
Butts.
from the air.
Oh.
Well, heck, that's no good.
1 point.
Am I allowed to see everybody's health bar?
Can you not?
No.
I said it so you guys should all be able to see it.
They've been popping in and out.
I haven't seen them.
I feel like this advanced fog of war thing is messing with some stuff. Yeah, I have them set to do it. I can't change anything. So,
But can you click on our tokens, Savvy? Because then you can see.
Numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have no context for them.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good point.
yeah. You guys can just shout off how many hit points
Yeah,
you're down.
can you guys just tell me? Can we just say when we're really injured?
Yeah.
Is that
I'm
okay?
Yeah.
currently down 9.
Just one for me.
So I'm the worst off.
Cough.
That's fine.
You are, yeah.
That's fine.
Well,
Eh.
I'm trying to think because I have for the sword I have +2 to strength, but if either of you guys are proficient, that trumps just that.
I'm
stat bonus.
proficient, but I have 0 strength.
But you would still get +3 to rolls with it versus my +2,
I get +9 with my bow.
which is better, yes. But you were just what are your other melee options? You were just in melee with the thing.
I
and
have
it-
2 short swords that do a +7.
I mean, disadvantage +9 is probably still better than
Yeah.
regular +3.
Yeah, I can do long swords, and I have a +1 strength.
So probably best with you
Yeah.
All right.
in case we run into plant.
Got a knife!
creatures.
Just in case. It's a very
Yeah.
big knife.
Okay, so you all
Jaggedy
you take the time to do that. This is probably the best time for us to go ahead and take a break.
Sure.
Oh my gosh, is it
Um,
break time already?
Yeah.
Yes. For moving onwards, still have miles to go
Before we
before
sleep.
we sleep.
Or
Um,
die and maybe play a character that is better at longswords.
That's true.
That's true. Go running towards your death so you can use that
Yeah,
sword.
the magic sword.
Okay. Yeah, let's go and take we'll be back in a few minutes. We're gonna take a break, stretch our legs, and we'll see y'all soon. Welcome back, everyone. So if you're just joining us, we are currently exploring the hidden shrine of Tamoachan. I'm gonna just have a harder time pronouncing anything the longer this goes on for. And our party has just vanquished the Lord of Snails and found themselves a cool sword. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pick up right where we left off. You wanted to, I think you said during the break, Liara, you wanted to look for your missing arrow.
Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
19.
Okay, yeah, I think you find your arrow floating towards the middle of the room.
Yay.
Okay, so where would you like to go?
I go back.
I was gonna go down into the room with the water and check out this part, whatever's in the middle of it.
Yeah, so at the center of the room, I'll move you there. It's the large, one of the large braziers.
Yes.
In the middle, there's not really a lot to it. It's corroded. It looks like it has some ash and remains of something long ago that might have been burning in it, but otherwise not a lot to it.
Okay.
You see anything in there? Any more doors?
There are a set of double doors on the other side of the room, up a set of stairs.
Yeah, just one.
You come in by you. I want to get a look at the urns.
Okay.
You said one was broken and one was not. So like pattern. What's
Yes. I'm seeing if it says anything. Yeah. Nothing in the urns, or both of them. Yeah, both of the urns are broken.
okay.
Each apparently once about 4 feet tall. Part of them pokes up out of the water. Most of them are still half of it's still submerged in the water. So nothing that you can find in it. It's hard to look around because the water itself is so dark you can't even see your feet walking around in it. But you can't see. You don't find anything inside the urns.
Can I look for a trail that the slug might have left behind?
Sure. Make a perception check.
Okay. Let's see. Perception. 11.
11. You don't see any trace of the slug.
Didn't that slug come this way? Where'd it go?
Let me take a look.
The thing
Can
was
I look?
huge.
Can I look?
Sure.
It's almost
also-
like I'm a ranger.
Yeah, you can also make a perception check to look for tracks.
Can you do survival?
Sure.
Just kidding, they're the same thing.
Okay, then.
I asked. 22.
22.
I don't know how to be a ranger.
I'm going to do that. Okay, whatever.
That's okay. Neither do I, but I do it every week.
It's hard to find any track. The snail or the slug left through the mud or through the dark water. Um, as you kind of trace around the room, I'll give you one thing that your perception, maybe visually, doesn't pick up on right away, but just kind of astute senses and a bit of instinct as you're kind of prodding the water ahead of you. As you reach the edges of the room, I'm going to go and say like right about here, about 10 feet away from the wall in every direction, there is a steep drop off.
Ooh.
That seems like it's hidden by the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't see it visually.
Well,
But with a
don't go near
22
the edge.
Yeah, with your perception, I'd say that you kind of felt it before you took the plunge.
Those go very far down.
So
Okay.
it seems like there's probably about a 10-foot like gap between the floor that you can walk on and the staircase leading out of the water.
That's very sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can try and go through there, or we can. Do we want to go back to the secret tunnel?
Yeah, what did we see down the secret tunnel again?
You see what's pretty much on your map.
Okay, there was like a sort of a door, and then it looked like it continued on, right?
Yeah, it's
Partially
a broken door at the other end, and then it looks like there was another hallway that it came out into.
Yeah, we can go back down that way.
Yeah,
It's
let's
a little
try that
cramped,
first.
though.
You guys want to go back around the secret passage?
Yeah. While we're walking,
Okay.
can I do my... Oh, heck. What's the thing where I can see things? A primeval awareness?
Just
Okay.
gonna say your eyesight.
My eyes. I would like to use my eyes to see things specifically.
All right.
Can I do my primeval awareness?
What are you looking for with your primeval awareness?
It says, your senses. By spending 1 minute, I can sense if any of my favorite enemies are present within 5 miles. So beasties and aberrations.
Okay.
That's probably a lot. 5 miles is very far.
Yeah, it's very far. There are lots of beasts within 5 miles. I think you only sense one aberration.
Ooh.
You,
That's more than I expected.
I'm not going to go through every monster in this because
No,
there's
that's okay.
so many of them. But I
I'm
think
sorry, is this not your speed?
That
That was a Hamilton deep cut for the fans out there.
Is it that deep?
No, it's really not.
I don't think any Hamilton
It
cut
was
is
for Sean.
that deep anymore. Yeah, I think you only sense one aberration. It seems to be fairly close, but up.
Okay.
Like fairly close as in like within a few hundred yards
That's all
from
I get,
you.
right? I'm sorry, this is a long ability. Yeah, their numbers, general direction, and distance in miles.
In miles. Okay, it's within 1 mile of you.
Well, that's probably...
Yeah, it's within 1 mile of you, and it's kind of at an up elevation incline from where you're currently at. I think that's the only aberration you sense, though.
That's a good ability.
As far as beasts, there's a lot of them within 1 mile of you.
Woof. Any on like the same level as us?
Yes.
Lots. Okay. Lots of beasties around.
Okay. Well, maybe they'll be chickens like the last one.
I thought we
Maybe
meant
some
actual chickens.
Yeah, maybe some literal chickens.
Maybe there's just lots of chickens around.
That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like chickens.
How
We're
else do you think the
starved
priest-
down here.
Yeah, the priests had feathered outfits. Must have kept chickens around.
Gotta get those feathers from somewhere.
Rather eat chicken than Lord of the Slugs or whatever he was.
Ugh, now you're making me hungry.
Okay, I'm gonna put you guys in the end of the secret passage. Oh, damn it!
Uh-huh.
I've illuminated that whole wall there.
Well,
Can you not
it's-
see that wall?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's a wall. We're not seeing
Yeah.
anything we're not supposed to.
No, but it's not what I want. I'm gonna hide it again.
These lights are kind of silly sometimes.
Yeah.
Is it the advanced fog of war? It's
Yeah.
too advanced for its own good, apparently.
Apparently. Okay. We'll
There we
put
go.
that back. Makes things look a little neater. So what happens if I drag somebody over the thing? I'll let Shadow you drag yourself.
Oh, I got stuck.
That's the okay, hold on.
I got.
Did you put yourself on the wall?
They glitched into the wall.
Oh no. Okay, wait. Let's
Type
just get
slash
out of it.
stuck.
There you go. Oof.
It's like the three of us are actually in this dungeon. Just walking around corners. No, I'm stuck.
There you go.
Okay. So there's another door across from where you come out of the secret passageway, and then a long hallway, more water kind of collecting. There's probably actually a written description here. Haha. The hall here is strewn with mud and flotsam. Water accumulates in the center of the corridor and flows westward to where a stone block in the southern wall has shifted out of place. The corridor turns north, and the flow of water follows it. Then goes under a door made of bronze-bound wood. The door has a handle and a keyhole.
So, just for my own clarification, all the water in this place is flowing north?
At least
so far?
That you've seen so far, yeah.
Okay.
Everything that you've gone through so far, it seems to have this kind of slope. You guys have been heading north and like a downward.
It's like, okay, so all the water is like running downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this
Would
makes
be
sense.
worse if it was running uphill.
Yeah, well, I was trying to figure out. I was like, oh, the water's running north.
Yeah.
That makes sense though. It's all running like down into one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, I will keep that in mind.
Take a look at this door. It says it's got a keyhole. Is it locked?
The door has a handle and a keyhole. Yeah, you'd have to. There's a keyhole there. You can try to, however you want to try to open it.
Yeah.
I still have the shepherd's crook. We want to give that a shot.
If this is like an escape room, then we've
try it.
already used the key, but we should try it again just in case.
Okay.
I
use the
checked my inventory screen. Is there a thing like you can now get rid of this item?
You have used this key.
You try to use the key. It does not open.
I get the sense that I might be able to pick this lock. Stick my little
Sure.
tools in there. I mean, we could look for a key, or I could just try to, open it. The
We
quick
might as well
way.
try.
I will move down the corridor a little bit.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
almost
Make a
such, Go ahead.
make a check with your thieves tools using dexterity.
Oh, okay.
Such faith in everyone's abilities.
24.
Yeah.
24. You spent some time working on it. It's very old. You're not sure if you actually managed to unlock it or if you just break it open. But it seems like one way or another, the lock is no longer working.
Oh,
And you can push the door open.
I got it open.
I'll go ahead and
Nice.
refresh that. You can see inside, there is a set of stairs leading down to a room that is full of water. On the far side of the room, you see a door but you can only see about the top 3 inches of it, as the whole thing seems to be like most of this room is submerged in water.
Well, unless you guys know a good way to get the water out of here, we might be swimming. I wonder if there's water on the other side of the door too, though.
Maybe.
The water keeps flowing this way.
We have other ways we can check out first. Don't have to take a swim yet.
Is the water like the water in the other rooms like really dark and mercury?
No, this water is a little more clear. You can see there isn't really anything in this chamber, or if there was, it's long eroded away by the water itself. But no, it's not as dark as the last room.
No glass shark.
Not that
Down
you can tell.
dark water.
I mean, maybe. Okay. Well, we'll maybe come back here.
Put
'Cause I don't wanna go
swimming
swimming.
on hold.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys want to head up?
Yeah, shall we head west down the rest of this secret passage?
Is there any sort of on the doorway that we just on the door I just opened? Is there any sort of like engravings or markings? You said it was like wood and bronze. But
Yeah. No noticeable markings or of any significance on it.
okay.
Yeah, let's go to the double doors. At the end.
At the double doors at the end.
Yeah.
This,
Okay.
this just ends, right? I can partially see it, but just a wall.
Yeah. That just
Okay.
ends. It's just a wall there. At the other end, as you approach the double doors at the end of the room, you begin to hear a faint melodious sound comes from ahead. It's difficult to tell whether it is someone singing or the echoing of dripping water in a great cavern.
I hear something.
Can I like just inch the door open just a little bit?
Make a stealth check.
Okay. Haha. 26.
26. Okay. Lost shadow. There we go. You inch the door open a little bit, very quietly. It's hard to push open, but I think you have enough strength to get open enough. You see, sitting on the beach in front of the crystalline pool in front of you.
The beach.
Well, actually, I'll read this part first. The room beyond is lit by a soft light that reveals a section of a rocky beach. Beyond the beach is a pool of glowing water, filling half the room and framed by a crystal cavern. Green fronds can be seen in the pool, and light seems to flow from everywhere. The pool and walls glistening like soft moonlight. On the far side of the pool is a set of doors carved with a sun symbol. You see, also, sitting on the beach, in front of the crystalline pool is a woman, young and slim, with long golden hair and pale white skin. She radiates a soft silvery light, even through her shawl, white as the froth of waves. She is singing a strange melody in an unrecognizable language. After finishing her song, she enters the water in a long, arcing dive.
There's someone in there. I'll try to very quietly say, this is what I saw. There's a lady in the water.
Was she very pretty?
Yeah.
Seemed like she's going to toss out swords that bestow upon us the right to govern.
We already got a sword.
That's a
I'm in
terrible
charge
form of
now.
government.
Well, it's either this, back through the room with the drop-off, or back to Crawfish Room.
Ugh.
Or I suppose we could go to Flooded Chamber. Or run
Let's see
at
if
it.
she comes back.
Maybe she's nice.
It's possible.
You said she was glowing?
Yes.
Huh. Well, let's see. Yeah, maybe she's nice.
Okay.
I think you're doing the talking, Shadow.
Okay. Perfect.
I push Shadow through the door.
Certainly
Okay.
should not be doing the talking.
You push Shadow through the door. Push you through the door.
Sure.
We're right behind you.
I'm hiding on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a moment of stillness as you push through, kind of skidding across the dirt and sand there. And then you see the water begins to kind of roil a bit and or bubble a bit. And the woman again kind of returns to the surface and her head pops out and then kind of retracts a little bit and then pops out a little bit more, just so her eyes are above the water, watching you.
Sort of gonna like wave and say, hello, fair lady, in Olman.
Holman. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a
See if she
moment
responds.
of stillness as your words echo through this chamber before she rises up out of the water a little bit more and has a curious smile on her face and says, "You know my language."
Yes, it's a very beautiful language. It's very fascinating. I wanted to learn all about it.
Who are you?
I'm Shadow. What's your name?
My name is Dasa.
Dasa. And is this lovely place where you live, Dasa?
That it is.
Oh.
Do you live here too?
No, just visiting. Sort of heard this was a pretty great place to come to, and I love your culture and wanted to know more.
She shakes her head. She's like, "This is not my culture. I've merely found myself here some years ago."
Oh. Do you like being here?
It has its moments. It's quiet. I miss my home, however.
Where is that?
A place far, far from here.
Would you like to go back there?
If I could, maybe.
Is there anything keeping you here? You can come with me when I leave.
She smiles. She says, "I know nothing of this world. I'd be frightened to step beyond these walls."
Oh, there's nothing to be afraid of. I'll keep you safe.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Let's see. Persuasion. 19?
She smiles and she says, "You really could protect me if you took me from here."
I think so. Do you have to be in water?
No, I prefer the water, but I can walk.
Well, there might be a little bit of climbing, unless we find another exit, because the way I got in here was through falling, and so we would have to find a different way out. Unless you know of a good way out.
I've never left. I wouldn't know where the exit was. I've been in here for a long time. Me and Chalk.
Chalk?
Chalk is my pet. He came with me when I came here, and it's the only thing that's kept me company.
You have a pet too?
I do.
And Shadow's gonna pull out their little pet mouse.
She goes, what is that?
Pet. This is Tattle, my mouse.
She said, "That's adorable." I'm afraid chalk is a little big for me to keep in my pocket, but
Oh,
truth be told, he's really the only reason that I have to stay here and that I can't leave. When I came here, there's was a collapse. The roof came down and some rocks sealed off a tunnel beneath the water, and
oh,
Chalk was stuck down there, and I don't know. I haven't been able to get him out.
oh, well, maybe we can get him out too. Does he need to be in the water?
Yes, but we could move him quickly and get him out of here. Then we could both be free. Is there water outside?
There's lots of water.
If we could find a river or a lake or anything beneath the sky, that would be much better than this dreary place.
Yeah. I mean, we saw lots of. Because we came through the forest. We probably saw some rivers and things.
Yeah. And there are lots of rivers and water sources and stuff nearby.
Yeah. We passed lots of rivers on the way here. I'm sure we'll find
Are you guys behind her hiding, or are you just kind of standing there awkwardly?
I was hiding.
Yeah, I imagine we're still hiding, but listening.
Okay.
Not that I understand any of this.
No.
Yeah.
I was whispering across the hallway, like, she seems nice. She has a pet.
Yeah. Do I get the sense that this person is speaking truth?
Make an insight check.
Oh no. Okay. Oh, that was pretty good. So
That's very
19.
Good. Okay.
Taking it on to my wisdom.
Okay. You in kind of speaking with her, she has sort of an air of like naivete to her and kind of innocence. But there's something false about it.
Okay. All right. So how big is your friend? Like bigger than me?
He's pretty big. About the same size, I think.
Okay. If I is the water clear?
Not
Clear.
entirely. You can see it's clearer than the water outside, but it's you can only see maybe about like 10 feet down before it kind of drops off.
Okay. I'm gonna step a little
Or,
closer.
sorry, it's
to
like
the
6 feet down before it like drops off.
Okay. I'm gonna step closer to the water. Be like, so I might have some friends here too. I haven't seen them in a while. Have you seen anyone else here?
No, I haven't. Not in a long time. Listen, if you could help me get Chalk out unstuck, then we could leave here.
I'm just gonna step closer to the water. Can you point out where Chalk is? He's down in there?
Yes. I can. Well, it's hard to see. It would be easier if you came with me. Can you swim?
Yeah, well, I don't like swimming very much. If I don't have to.
I don't know how else I can help. Like I said, I can't lift the rocks by myself. I would need somebody to come down and help me.
But I think I saw some rope back there. Maybe I should go grab that. Maybe that'll help.
Make a deception check.
Okay. Deception. Click. 14.
Okay. Okay. She says, oh, all right, rope would be good. Yeah, if you could get some rope, then that would help. We could tie it onto the rocks and
Like,
get him out.
Okay, I'm gonna go get it. I'll be right back.
Okay. Just hurry. If I have the chance to get out of here, I'd like not to stay much longer.
Right, totally get it. we'll figure it out. And then it's gonna scurry back to her friends.
Okay.
Liara, could you hear all that?
Yeah.
I mean, she seems pretty great. I mean, something doesn't quite add up, but she seems mostly fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know
about her
about when
friend.
she drowns you in a pond.
You think she would do that?
We were attacked by the Lord of Slugs. So I don't know. Anything's possible.
Given what Liara here was translating, why would she be, mostly okay with being down here and then all of a sudden there's a sense of urgency to getting the pet out?
I don't know.
Besides, we don't even have a way of getting out of here first, so even if everything is on the up and up, we can't do anything to help right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
this doesn't feel right.
What do you guys want to do? I go back and talk to her. Or...
I say you ghost her.
Here. Oh, that seems not great. But yeah, something just doesn't quite add up.
You should trust your gut.
But she seems so nice, though. She's not gonna drown me in water.
But you think she's lying to you about something?
Yeah,
There's
maybe.
only so many things a lady in a pond in a cave can lie about.
Hmm. When I was in the room, did I see if there was any other like doors or passageways or anything? Sean?
In the room that you were in, just
while I was talking with her, could I like see?
yeah,
anything else?
there were the doors across the pool from you.
Oh, okay, I see those now.
Yeah. And then there was another door to your right, which, based on the context and you guys being able to see the map, leads back to the room with the crawfish.
Okay. Well, we could go out and around and maybe come back.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. Where do you guys want to go?
Where do we want to go? Crawfish room?
Probably. I mean, there's flooded chamber, 10-foot gap, and crawfish room. Crawfish room seems like the path of least resistance.
Which is saying something considering there's a giant crawfish in it.
We just got to do a crab walk around the edge of the room.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to drag you guys back in that room. I'm assuming you guys aren't going through the room with the Nerid, but I'm just going to drag you through there just to make this easier. Okay.
With the what did you say?
With
With
thing.
Dasa. That's what he said.
With Dasa. Okay.
Maybe ask if this thing's name is, the name of the pet, which I assume
the
I
name?
have been
Chalk?
told about.
Chalk?
Chalk. So you get back in, and the crawfish once again scuttles around the the thing in the center, the boulder in the center, and goes, "You back again? I see. Stay away. Stay back."
We'll stay along the walls, like we promised.
Hey, have you met Dasa?
Who?
The lady in that room over there.
I stay here. It is my sacred duty to guard this place.
You're doing a very good job.
Yeah, but I mean, you didn't even know there was a whole person in the other room.
It is not my duty to know what is in any other room.
So what happens if you get bored? What do you do?
I don't wish to answer any further questions. Move along.
You've exhausted this NPC's dialogue.
He's gonna start repeating himself soon.
Go to the other door?
Okay, you guys want to go around the room?
Yep.
Okay, following the crayfish's instructions, you head around the room in as circuitous a path as you can.
Like Kronk up against the wall.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so there was in that room though. There was like the big boulder that was like painted like brown.
I don't
And
think
then there
it
was like little.
painted. So there's a large polished boulder amid a pile of
polished,
smaller
okay.
rounded rocks.
Okay.
The boulder is 5 feet tall and colored brown. Its
Okay.
natural color is brown with dark streaks and spots. Leaning against it is what appears to be a bamboo staff.
Okay, and then a bunch of smaller ones. Okay. Just want a refresher. Thank you. Write that down.
Okay. So you're at this door. You want to open it on the eastern side?
Yes.
Yep.
Open that door. And it is there that you see another passageway. Reading. I have to go back now. So the walls of this corridor are wet and slimy. The stucco covering has been saturated with water, decomposing and sloughing off in spots on the southern wall, exposing the seams of once large stone blocks one of the once large stone blocks from which the structure was built. That's what you're seeing on the right side there.
Does it move?
Okay.
Huh?
Does it move?
You can try.
I try.
Okay. You try to push against it.
I am very weak.
You get the feeling that it could move, but you'd have to get enough people pushing at it.
Let me help.
Okay.
Okay. Do you all go to push at it?
Yep.
On 3.
Get up.
1, 2, 3.
All right. What are your strength scores?
Bad.
+2. I have a +5 to athletics.
Your total strength score, not your modifier.
14.
Well,
10.
Okay. 24, 36. Okay.
We're one very strong person.
The three of you pushing against it, it doesn't. It's still having a hard time budging. If there's anything you might want to try to do to loosen the boulder or maybe help guide it through, you can try that. But your combined strength isn't quite enough to move it on your own.
I mean, I could spend a spell slot, but
Well, that seems excessive. I
yeah.
have a crowbar.
Yes, let's not expend spell slots to solve things in the dungeon.
Let's spend all of our spell slots trying to open a door.
yeah.
I have a crowbar, and usually like the one end of the crowbar is like a pry bar.
Okay.
Can I try to use it to like, because part of it's already decomposing, so can I try to use it to like?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to try like?
I've
open
got
it up
one
some?
too.
Okay, so the two of you
From the
kind of want to
other
try to
side?
break it open a bit and leverage it forward. Okay, I'll give the two of you one of you can make an athletics check with advantage.
Okay.
Do one of you want to hand over your crowbar to me? I'm
Yes, you
strong.
Can I
Rock.
like use it before we try to like leverage? Can I use it to try to like scrape away?
Okay.
Because you said it's already decomposing, so like,
Mhm.
is there any way to like loosen it some more by like scraping away the gross
Like along the crack
stuff
or
that's in
whatever.
there?
I'm debating what kind of check that would be.
A smart check. For smart people.
Okay, make an intelligence check.
It's the same as my strength. Here we go. Natural 20.
Nice.
So 20.
Your father was a mason and genetically has been passed down to you as you expertly chip away at the pivot points and create sort of some leverage for your pushing. Okay, so I'll let one while the two of you with crowbars, whoever's, if you're gonna make the check, Stablast, you can make an athletics check with advantage.
Yep.
And I will lower the DC a bit due to your assistance there.
Yes. Do that and then give my crowbar to the strong lady.
21.
21. Okay. We'll move forward here then. It technically was a little bit unfair. You guys wouldn't have been able to move it as the book would have stated. You needed 4 people with a combined strength of 48 or higher, and that would have been. There are only 3.
Well, we only have 3, so
I know, and that would have been. I like the way
we
you
have
guys
a
did
friend
this.
in the water who can maybe.
Yes. So with
go
your
ask
two
the
of you-
crayfish.
yeah, I'll say with 2 of you pushing, with the added work of breaking or kind of chiseling away at some of the joints, and with your mighty push with the crowbar, the stone block begins to slide slowly, and over the next minute, you are able to wedge it forward enough so that you can sort of circumvent the block here.
Cool, it's back there.
I'm working on it. So go ahead and open this up.
Move this forward.
So you can see beyond that block.
I stole it from the statue.
You guys are all standing very far away from this door that you were all leaning up against and trying to open.
Whoops.
Well, you're in charge of my token, so
I am.
whose fault is that?
There's something here. Okay.
Excuse me.
I'm checking something because this is a little convoluted here.
Dungeon crawl convoluted.
Nah.
Don't say.
Okay. So yeah, you see in this room, beyond the plug is a small foyer holding 3 sealed urns on the east and west sides. To the south are double doors of bronze with glyphs worked into their faces.
Glyphs, you say?
Mm-hmm. And those of you that speak Ulman can read them
Oh.
or translate them.
So not magic glyphs.
No.
What
no,
do
no,
they say?
They say, here lies...
Don't dead
pronunciation.
open inside.
Huh?
Don't dead open inside.
Don't dead open inside.
Here lies Tlocus Papalakis.
Isn't that the aliens guy?
His name is Tlocus Papalocus. Locus, probably, not Papalocus. Papalocus.
Pop and
Here
lock.
lies pop, lock, and drop it.
Yeah. Master of the others, who is like the wind and the night.
Oh.
So it sounds like it's a doom or something.
Yeah.
I want to look at those urns. Are they sealed?
The urns.
I think you said they were.
Yeah.
You said they were intact.
Yes, sealed
Okay.
urns. Yeah. They seem to be sealed. The seal appears to be beeswax. Do you want to open one?
There might be dead people in there.
Maybe, but there might also be something really cool in there. Don't
Mm,
know.
Fair enough. All right.
We'll wait out here.
Do I have? Let's see. I have a tinderbox. So I could like cut off a piece of like from the torch and like light it with the tinderbox and kind of hold it up to the beeswax, kind of melt it.
Okay. Yeah, you melt the beeswax away enough that you can loosen the jar, the lid.
Liara, there you are. Now that there's light.
Oh yeah, I've
Oh,
been
you can see
invisible
each
this whole time.
Whole
To
time.
you guys.
Yeah, as
Surprise.
as you open it up, the inside this, at least this urn, is oil.
Pulls the flame away.
Please don't put the fire in there.
Well, this one's full of oil.
Oh, good. I'm so glad we put the lit torch right next to it.
How else was I gonna get it open? Should I check the other ones?
Might as well.
All right, I'm gonna check another one. I'm gonna check the. So let's see. Probably check that one in the middle.
Okay.
It was the first one that I opened.
Yeah, we'll cut to this. You open up a couple more. They are all filled with oil.
Uh-huh. Well, it's not oil here. Could be useful.
I'm no expert, but it's either a stockpile or a trap.
Shut up, Alexa.
No, Alexa.
So, would you like to, like I said, you have the doors on the other end, bunch of jars filled with oil.
And the doors are where there's that inscription that it seems to indicate it's a tomb of some kind.
Yes.
Just kind of like puts her hands on the door. Now I want to know what's inside of here.
I mean, did you
it
try
says
to open it?
I'm gonna check first. Can I check the door for any traps?
Yes. Make a perception check.
Oh, okay. 4.
Well, nope.
Nope. I mean, it seems fine.
Well,
I mean, you're the expert.
maybe I've read too many bad novels, but what if I hold the torch, Liara, you hold one of the urns of oil, ready to throw it at anything that rushes out of a tomb? You know, when do you ever hear good things about disturbing the tomb of some person with a flowery title like
And
this?
you're gonna what? Throw the torch at me?
No, you toss the oil at them, I throw the torch at the thing that gets covered in oil.
Yeah.
And I will dodge out of the way. I like this plan.
I
Hopefully
hate
it's
it, but alright.
Yeah, you guys just be on like, it's right here by the door.
Okay.
The doors, do they push in or do they pull out? Or is it locked? I guess we never checked if it was locked. I was just looking for traps.
Yeah, so the doors, you try to push them, they are locked.
There you go.
Well, it's locked. But luckily, I have these. Pulls out thieves' tools.
Okay, go ahead and make a check with your thieves tools.
Boop. 28.
Ooh, buddy.
Dang.
Okay.
I'm living because I'm a thief.
Okay. You push open the door. You fiddle around with it a bit. Click.
Mhm.
Seems to be unlocked. Push open the doors, and the doors slide open.
Liara and I are holding our actions.
Nothing happens. You open the door to the other side. Let's see how we get this. And now you should be able to move your tokens and see inside.
Ooh. Yep, it's a tomb.
Oh, good. Well, at least the door wasn't lying to us.
So you push open the doors and you head inside. I'll say with your check, Shadow, and getting inside the door, you do notice something. You did notice when you were inspecting it the first time, but you heard a slight clink when you opened the door when you were able to unlock it. On the other side of the door, hanging off the handle, is a small glass vial. kind of resting on the lock.
Mhm.
You imagine would have broken if you had tried to force the doors open.
Ooh. Is it possible to detach the vial from the door?
Make a check with your thieves' tools.
Okay. 27.
You detach the vial from the door.
I don't know what this is, but it might be useful.
Would an Arcana check reveal anything about it? Or even just a straight intelligence
Yeah.
check?
I'd say an Arcana check would use. I think it is.
Probably
Given
something
what I'm reading
nasty.
here, it is magical. So
22.
that's good. I'll say it would take an identification to know more.
Sure.
But from what you can tell, it appears to be some sort of magical poison.
Okay. Who wants to hold on to it? I will if no one else is feeling up to it.
I got it.
Those.
And maybe if we take another breather, I can spend the time to figure it out.
But what you see
That's
beyond
probably
the
terrible, and we don't want to touch it or breathe it.
Most likely.
Throw it
I'll-
at something.
I'm good at throwing. Well, I don't
could
know. I'm
try
good
that.
at shooting.
Beyond the door, so as you open it up, and what you're seeing inside is a chamber cut out of the rock with a veil of calcite and stalactites covering the walls. Buttresses rise from the corners, brown shot through with black. The triangular stone pillars support the high ceiling. Occupying the center of the chamber is a colossal monument resembling a giant's table, covered on all sides with intricate carvings and glyphs. Engraved on the floor in front of the entrance is a seal that displays more glyphs. Opposite the entrance, a battle axe is embedded in the wall 6 feet above the floor. The glyphs on the floor are also written in Ulman. They translate, "Ah, defilers, now you shall join me in my eternal resting."
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that sounds kind of bad. Maybe we should just leave this room alone. Doesn't look like there's a way out.
The axe looks cool, but
I'd rather not defile this place more than we need to.
I'm afraid based on the glyphs on the floor we already have.
Oh. Well,
Maybe you just come on back through shadow and we move on and keep an eye over our shoulders.
yeah, I'll just close it behind me. It's like no one was ever here.
like tries sneaks out of the room.
Okay, you sneak back out of the room, never to know what treasures might have lain within. You head back out. I'm going to put you guys back out here.
Oh, we still know this place was here. I assume, Liara, you put the oil urn back down? Are you still
Yes.
carrying it?
No, I put it back down.
Yeah. Oh, the urn weighed about 25 pounds. FYI.
Yeah, I only held it for like a second and then
yeah.
was like, nope, I'm not doing
Yeah.
this plan.
It's a lot of oil.
Well,
What's the worst that could be in that room?
I mean, nothing happened when you came back out.
Isn't there supposed to be a shrine to a vampire god? So doesn't that mean there could be vampires?
Well, that wasn't a shrine, it was a tomb. Bit different. My experience.
We could just be ready to blast whatever comes out of there, if anything.
Could be a lot of gold in there.
oh man, now you got me wondering what's in there.
We scroll back up to your flaw. Where was that?
Seemed relevant.
Yep.
Well, I don't care too much about gold, but now I do want to know what was in there. What was up with that axe? I was in the wall.
I mean, I'm good with this one, this great sword, but not so much with battle axes.
Okay. Let's go a little bit further, and if we're still thinking about this room in 10 minutes, we'll come back.
Or if we run into another dead end and come back this way.
Also
10
that.
minutes. Okay. I'm sure I'll stop thinking about it in that time.
Well, if something else pops up that causes imminent danger, maybe we'll forget about this.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Danger? Okay.
You guys want to look down the rest of this hallway here?
Yep.
Please, please.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. I meant to say it to the stream earlier. I also have a pet mouse.
Does everyone have a pet mouse?
Pet mouse buddy!
His name is
Last?
Peanut.
No pet here.
Peanut. That's a really cute name.
So we have pet mice.
As you reach the end of this, you come to the end of this hall. There is a staircase that goes up only a few steps, and then it seems the rest is filled with clay and stone rubble.
Well, there's the dead end.
Well, what a coincidence.
If this weren't a preset map, I would assume Sean did it just to mess with us.
Oh no, a dead end. Oh, what are the odds?
Okay,
Well-
let's go back.
Can we just look?
Yeah, let's just go see.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Nothing happened when we walked in. Maybe it's like too old. And whatever was in there is broken or whatever.
Well, super dead.
Yeah. It's like super duper dead. Like the kind of dead that doesn't come back.
Isn't that most kinds of dead?
Some kinds of dead.
Yeah, but like maybe it's even like super more dead than that.
Very quiet.
It's going back in the room.
Yep.
Wait, I'm gonna. Oh, I don't even know if this is gonna help.
Y'all, I'm a cat. I'm so curious.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on all of us,
Okay.
Ooh.
and we'll do a sneak.
All right.
Sneak.
How long does that last for, by the way?
So, like forever, probably. Concentration up to an hour.
Mhm.
Oh, that is like forever.
So it actually is a really long time.
Yeah, keep track of that and concentration then, because that could last a long time in this dungeon.
Can I put a little
Okay.
thing on my token? What's for sneaking? I don't know. The little no sign for no, you can't see me.
Okay. I guess everyone make a stealth check then, if you're trying to be
Okay.
stealthy. Savannah, where would you like to move inside? So I can go ahead and move you there.
I'm going to go into the door and then just around, like by the wall, into this corner. Just like hug the wall a little bit.
Okay. I'd like, yeah, everyone make stealth check and then add the +10 to it.
Yep.
Okay.
With the +10, I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
Okay. And Xiao's gonna go up to like one of these pillars and kind of look at it.
The pillars?
Yeah.
Okay. These just seem to be support structures. Not really much of interest on the pillars. At your distance, though, from the crypt in the center of the room, there is, you can see more of the engravings on it.
Oh yeah.
There are as far as you can see some of them on this side. I'll just go ahead and let you know that it looks like there are about 11 around the outside. Around the outside. You can see on top of the crypt, on the slab, the slab on top has the same name that you saw, Mr. Poppin Locus, and
Yeah.
a date, which is 54-3-9.
Okay.
Which I think means almost nothing to us as players.
Around the outside of the crypt, there are again glyphs that correspond to numbers.
Okay.
I rolled a 27 for stealth. I realized
Okay.
I never said out loud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and mine is 23.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
So the
The
date
numbers.
and the glyphs are numbers?
Yeah, the glyphs on the outside correspond to numbers.
The date again was, please.
54-3-9.
Awesome, I wrote it down right.
I'm sure this isn't just a combination safe lock code.
Hmm.
And I assume these glyphs are in Ulman still?
Yes,
Or
they
are the
are.
numbers legible to non-Ulman?
I think they're specifically in Ulman. I think that they have a specific numbering system or something.
I'll
The
tell
book keeps
you.
specifying it, so my assumption is that's the case.
Hit me with them numbers.
The numbers are 0 through 10.
Just in order? Around the
Mhm.
outside?
Yep.
Think it's like a puzzle?
Yeah.
We could just try 5439.
Well, that seems a little simple. I don't know, you're the smart one.
I think I'm gonna, before we touch the glyphs, wander over to this battle axe
Okay.
over in the wall.
Yeah. The battle axe is actually pretty nice looking. It has a blade of bronze, and the haft is wound in snakeskin wrappings. You guys don't have a light source anymore, do you?
I still have the torch.
Still have the torch? Okay. There is a shadow that casts from the axe. It is not the shadow of an axe, though. The axe casts a shadow that appears to be a human arm.
Can I
A withered human arm, sorry.
try and make an investigation check to see through an illusion or something?
Sure, yeah.
22. I keep
22.
pulling that.
It is not an illusion, but the axe does appear to be magical.
Okay. Well, another thing to figure out if we take a breather, maybe. Let me pull up. How much does a battle axe weigh? Would I be able to pull it out with Mage Hand?
Yeah, it's. I mean, you can give it a try. The weight of it isn't going to be the only factor. The fact that it is embedded in the wall will also.
I'm just worried about touching this creepy hand arm thing with my hand.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
With your hand arm thing?
Yep. Mage Hand can do up to 10 pounds. A battle axe is only 4 pounds, but it is embedded, so I'll
You can make it.
give
You can give it
whirl.
a try. Yeah. You attempt to grab it with the mage hand and pull out of the wall. It does not move an inch.
Great. Well, which do we want to try first? Pulling out the battle axe or trying the numbers?
Can I like scurry up onto the top of this thing?
Sure. You climb
Sorry.
on top of it.
Is there anything up here?
Just the numbers that you see engraved on it, and the name of Tamoachan Papalocus.
I mean, I guess we can try the numbers. What's the worst that could happen? An evil vampire comes out?
That's about it, yeah.
Well, if I sit here on it, maybe it won't open.
Because you're so heavy.
He's a little dead vampire. How strong could they be?
Alright.
All right. You guys putting the numbers
I'm
in?
gonna
Or
try to
pulling
put the
axe
numbers in.
Okay. What numbers?
5, 4,
5,
3, 9.
3, 9. As you depress the 9, there is a grating sound.
It
And
did
the
something.
slab slides back just a little bit, not fully open, but enough where you could open it the rest of the way.
Looks into the little hole.
There appears to be a body inside.
There's a body in here.
Well, yeah, it's a tomb.
A decomposed body.
And it's super duper dead.
Well, yeah, it's a tomb.
And you see the glint of something shiny in there too.
But there's something else. Oh man.
Be careful.
You're gonna need some help to slide it across, though. It's gonna take at least 2 of you.
Yeah, I can't reach my arm down there. We're gonna have to open it more.
All right. Muscle Wizard cast push.
Go, Muscle Wizard.
Okay. The
Come on,
2 of you
Stabby.
have a total strength score of 20 or higher. So the 2 of you can slide the the slab off. And you see the block beneath the slab is hollow. Inside is a crumbling skeleton decked out in decayed finery. It appears to have been a man of taller than average stature, obviously of great importance. Gems and other small adornments of obvious value lie around the body. Covering the skull is a mask of jade with cowrie shell eyes and obsidian pupils. Around the corpse's neck is a jade pendant carved with the face of a human-like bat. He also has some silver bracers on his arms and some rings on his fingers.
Any of it giving a magical tingle?
I think you are getting the sense that there are some magical items amongst these.
All right, well, some of these are magic. Who knows if any of them are cursed? Can start mage handing them off, put them into, sorry, packs, sacks without touching them as much as possible.
That's a great idea.
Okay, you guys start stripping the gems and stuff off.
We loot the body.
Okay. What are you taking first?
I think I want to start with the pendant of the humanoid bat of the
Okay.
Batman.
The Batman.
You take the bat pendant off. It does have a little bit of a magical tingle to it. Put it on your bag. What do you take next?
You said there are bracers, rings, and the mask mostly.
Yeah, jade mask.
And then
Okay,
a bunch of
let's-
jewels and stuff.
Let's go with the bracers next.
Okay. Take the bracers.
They just seem like fine bracers, or
Yeah, silvered bracers. They also have a magic aura to them too.
gonna be spending a long time when we set up camp. out. Let's go with the rings next.
Okay. You take the rings. Some of them are innate. One of them does appear to be magic.
Okay. And sorry again, that leaves basically just the mask, or
Yeah. Let's see. There's a laundry list of stuff here too. There are beneath, so there's the mask itself. You can't see anything beneath it right now. There are strands of hair remaining on the skull, gathered into black obsidian and red pipestone tubes. Those appear to be valuable. There's a diadem above the mask on the corpse's forehead. There are jade earplugs carved in several pieces to resemble budding flowers. Over the rib cage, there's a breastplate made of tubular jade with bone dividers. There are scattered around the neck through the rib cage of the corpse are 156 jade beads, shaped like a bunch of stuff. Around the wrists are the bracers. You already took those. Actually, they're jade bracers. Sorry. On the middle finger of each hand are carved jade rings. Actually, both of the rings are magical. Pressing each finger is a large. Into the fingers of each hand are large bead and jade cubes. Feet of the skeleton lie two small containers, apparently of glazed clay. One fitted with a flower-shaped plugs in both ends. Can't see what's inside. There's a lot of stuff. So yeah, lying amongst the hip bones is a 6-inch long statue of a faceless man with large pointed ears, plugged at the bottom. What do you take next?
Does it, like, do we think we could, like, fit all of this stuff in, like, in a bag?
Yeah, you could probably take all this. Also, I forgot to say, when the crypt open, I need everyone to make a saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Oh, great, cool.
It's all right. It didn't have any immediate effect, but I think it is a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom save.
This would have been important if it has an immediate effect, but it does not. So just make the save, and we'll see if you succeed.
Yeah, just that's easy to do. Just make the save. Yeah, totally.
16.
Okay.
And I don't know, because the way my ability is written, I think I get to know right away if I fail, because then I can try and fortify myself. But I don't know, because you say it doesn't have an immediate effect. I don't know if we would or not. Well, for your information, if I fail, my ability brings it up to a 20.
Okay, I'll say you succeed on it. Then you feel a chill run through the air. What did you roll, Savannah?
Dirty 20, but I have advantage on saves against being charmed.
It's not a charm effect.
Then 20.
Okay.
Ooh,
Morgan,
I
roll me
rolled a 5.
Morgan, roll me 4d10.
Okay. Oof.
Okay.
30.
All right, that's it. You feel a chill through the air when you guys open the crypt. That's it. Anyway, so what do you take next?
Anywho.
The diadem or the mask, removing that is probably going to trigger whatever this is, if this were going to have a trigger, right? That's how the stories work.
I guess.
Probably.
I mean, nothing's happened so far. Shivers.
Or maybe I'm just drawing this out just to fuck with you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's go with the diadem, I guess.
Yeah, get that cool crown.
You take the diadem off the top of his head. What do you take next?
The Sword of Gryffindor.
Sorry, I'm just trying to organize pop and lock loop. Does the diadem have a magic tingle?
Yeah, no magic tingle from it.
Okay. Let's see. You said the middle finger rings are magic?
Yes.
Okay, let's
Two magic rings.
Yeah, let's do those next.
Okay. You already took both of those. Because you did the rings before, didn't? Oh no, you didn't take.
I did the bracers.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You take those two.
Yeah. I just looked at the song title because it got more intense.
I didn't actually change the music. This is on a random thing, just FYI.
But also it's called a Interloper.
Yeah, it is Interloper.
That's funny.
Okay, so there's now the breastplate, the mask, 157 jade beads, and the two jars, casks, urns, and the faceless pointy ear statue, right?
And earplugs and the hair things and
Right,
yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
This is taking so long. Shadow's gonna hop into there and start like just grabbing the little jade beads
Okay.
and like putting them in a bag. I think we're worrying about nothing. There's nothing here.
Well, your funeral, and I will remove the mask.
Okay. You take the mask and you put it in your bag. As you do, dust begins to stir into clouds within the crypt, within the coffin. And you watch as the bones and desiccated flesh begins to stitch back together.
Kid's gonna jump back out of there.
The body, as it reforms, begins to sit up in the crypt.
I would like to take my greatsword and stab this thing.
Let's roll for initiative.
Ah!
Guess I should move myself back over next to the crypt. And yes, well, Savannah, now that we have a third party here, clearly the mummy is going to get the better of us.
Oh
It only
no.
works
obviously.
when we're a duo.
Can I do that? Oh no, I gotta click my token. Click.
We also...
save this before.
Click.
Do it
There you
different.
go. Hey!
Okay, so rolling it to put it in the tracker, but
30
rolling for
bunnies.
real out here.
Okay.
That's a little bit worse. Is there still an initiative tracker somewhere on the map, or...
Did I? No, I think I. There it is.
Okay. 16.
Tlocus Papalocus. Rolls a 19. Okay. All right. Is everybody's initiative correct on there?
Mine, I still need to fix mine, but I'm after him.
Okay. So it's not going to affect the order. All right. Liara, you are up first.
Cool, I've been hanging out in this corner this whole time. Can I see it from where I am?
Yes, you can. Is still prone, sitting up in the crypt.
I get 3 shots.
You do. I'm going to say your shots are at disadvantage,
Disadvantage.
but you are going before him, so I think you already had advantage. So it's just going to be normal attacks.
Did I?
I think as a ranger, you
stuff.
do.
Yeah, it's a ranger thing.
What thing?
If you attack something before it gets to act in initiative,
Do you have
Is
that?
that a
Uh-huh.
ranger thing or is that a
That's a
subclass
ranger
thing?
thing.
Because I don't
in the
think I have
on
that.
in the revised.
Well, what is it?
Hold on.
It's part of one of the big abilities I think you get up front.
Yeah, it's like embedded in.
Yeah.
I have it right here.
Yeah, because I had to pull it out because I kept forgetting it.
Natural Explorer. On your first turn during combat, you have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have not yet acted.
Oh, well, good. Wish there weren't also 30 other lines of stuff.
Yeah, it's a long.
There's a
That-
whole lot in there.
Yeah, no shit.
Yunk.
Okay.
So flat rolls.
Okay. I get 3. Ugh, this is complicated. Wow. Not super great. 21.
Hits.
15.
Hits.
And the third one that gets the extra damage. 17.
Hits.
Okay, so not too bad. Oh gosh. It's 24 piercing damage total for the 3.
Okay. Sorry, give me the number again.
24.
24. Okay, that's going to be reduced to 12.
Well,
All right. So that's the end of your turn.
yep.
All right, Shadow.
Oh, okay. Shadow's gonna bonus action disengage and take a bit of a step back so she's not on the mummy's lap anymore. And is gonna try to use her new big scary sword.
Okay. Make your attack.
A 9?
9 does not hit.
So nope. And then he's going to use the rest of her movement to get back down.
Okay. I don't know why this one isn't showing up either, because it's there.
I think the visual might be this weird thing, like we can only see stuff if all three of us have line of sight on it. Maybe I could also be making that up, but like, yeah.
I have no idea.
We should all have line of sight on it right now, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna move him to the map layer then. Takes him off the initiative tracker, but I know where he goes.
Yeah, he goes now.
Okay, so that's the end of Shadow's turn?
Yes.
Okay, so it's now Papalakis' turn. He continues to stitch back together.
That's his turn.
And that is his turn. I have to move. Sorry, I do have to move into the token layer because that's the only way I can actually interact with his hit points.
Dang.
Why won't my initiative stay? Dang it. But yeah.
Kill
He's
it, fire!
Still basically there. I will attempt to kill it with fire by casting Green Flame Blade as I swipe at him with my greatsword.
Ooh.
And does he still count as prone?
Sorry. This didn't give him enough hit points.
You don't need to give him enough. That's fine.
Plus. There we go. Sorry, you were asking, re-ask that because I got distracted.
Does he still count as prone?
Yes, he's still prone.
Yeah, so...
I guess you would have had advantage on him because he was prone.
Should I try again?
Let's finish Alex's turn, then we'll, yeah.
So,
Here you
just
go, Alex.
put the text for Green Flame Blade, but I'm going to roll real dice, so it's out of the Sword Coast Adventure Guide. It's a super cool cantrip as part of making a melee attack. My blade bursts into fire. Normally it's meant for hitting multiple targets, but because we're at a high enough level, I get some bonus fire damage to my melee attack.
Yes.
So, good thing that was advantage, though I don't know which one would have been the first one. That is a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Should have taken his breastplate off of him first. So now let me roll the
Yeah.
damage. 2d6 plus plus a d8 of fire. All right. Okay. So that is 6 slashing and 3 fire damage.
Okay. It's 10. Okay. Oh, actually, the 6 slashing is reduced to 3, and then so that'll be 6 points of damage total.
Yeah, and then I will go ahead and use my movement to back away.
Okay.
Which, could provoke an opportunity attack.
He will make an opportunity attack against you.
Yep.
With one of his claws.
But if he's prone, is it disadvantage?
Disadvantage, yes. That is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Even if
Okay.
I did my thing.
He is not going to do damage to you. Instead, he's going to grapple you.
Okay, so I'm right back there.
Oh, he snatched you.
Okay, so part of his attack, he can just grapple me, and I don't contest it yet.
Mm-mm. Nope. He can, instead of dealing damage, he can just grapple you.
Okay.
Oh.
That is the end of your turn, Liara.
I like to shoot at him.
All right.
Weren't we gonna resolve Morgan's?
Oh yeah, Morgan, you can
Oh,
make a
yeah.
second attack, and Liara, your attacks are be at I think back at disadvantage for this one because you don't have advantage anymore, correct?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Click.
So just make one more click.
Does a 22 hit?
Okay. So that's 5 slashing,
Yes, and then ignore the second one.
reduced to 2. Okay.
And I'm at disadvantage?
Yes, you're at disadvantage for ranged attacks.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's still prone.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled the same thing twice.
Cool.
Nice.
17 on the first one,
Hits.
and a natural 1.
Natural 1. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Butts.
You don't have anything for undead, do you?
No! Bad damage, too. 5.
Okay. Reduce 2.
One.
That is bad.
Oh,
Okay.
is it? Thank you.
It is now Papalakis' turn. He continues to stitch back together,
I don't know. I don't like this at all.
regaining a little more health and vigor. As you see, like the flesh kind of coming back in, is looking a little more human-like. He is actually going to make some attacks this turn. He is going to make a claw attack against Shadow.
Okay.
Still hasn't stood up yet.
This would be the second round, so no, he is not. So he's still at disadvantage. He's still stitching together. Hasn't got his sea legs yet. That's a miss, I think, with a natural, with a 10.
Yeah.
And then second attack
Touch.
at you, whatever your name is. I've forgotten names already. Stab blast.
Stabby.
Which is a 15 to hit.
That would hit. I will use my arcane deflection to give me +2.
Okay.
Oh.
So that brings you above a 15.
Yes.
Okay. Then that'll miss. And that's the end of his turn. Shadow.
Okay. He's gonna pull out. Doesn't like this big sword. He's gonna pull out a short sword and stab.
Okay.
And then still at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
21.
Hits.
Okay, and it's at advantage, so I get snark attack.
Yes.
So 12. So 20 total.
Nice. I reduce to 10.
And then bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And let's see. I didn't measure this. Yeah. It's gonna run over to one of these urns. Right there.
Yeah. And I suppose I would have dropped the torch more or less where I'm standing so I could use my greatsword two-handed.
Sure. Yeah. So great. Torch is on the ground.
I'm just gonna be yelling like, "I'm grabbing some oil!"
Okay.
Just run.
That'll put it to. Did he get out of order? Yeah. He got messed up. No, he already had his turn. He went before Shadow, didn't he? Because he had 2 attacks and missed on both. So I fixed it, but Stab Blast, it is your turn.
Okay. I assume it's my action to try and break the grapple.
Yes.
Okay. Instead, I will. Yeah, I think instead I'm gonna try and get him with the greatsword again with Green Flame Blade.
Okay.
So advantage because he's still prone. Oh, that was so close. That's 18 plus stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it hits.
6 slashing, 5 fire.
Okay. 8.
And yeah, I can't do anything with my bonus. Yeah, I think that's going to be. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for now.
Okay. That will put it to Liara's turn.
Pew pew.
Yeah.
Going to shoot him. Is he still prone?
Yes, he is.
Laziest mummy ever.
Get up, you bag of bones.
Oh, I just thought what I should have done for my bonus. What if I try
23.
putting the mask back on him?
Go to sleep. I mean,
No.
maybe.
23 for the first one.
That definitely
And
hits.
25 for the second one.
Also hits.
Yeah. Eat it. 23 piercing damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 and an 8 on my d8.
Nice.
211. Okay.
Ugh.
I have been adding my strength mod to my damage attacks.
I know.
So it would have been. I've hit him twice now. +2 each time, reduced down to 1 each.
Anything else,
Okay,
Liara?
said Sean, as he definitely doesn't add that.
Nope. You get it. You get it on the first go around.
Ugh. No, that's all I have is this bow. I have swords, but I don't want to be up there.
It's up to you. Dealer's choice.
No, I don't want to be out there. I'm just gonna keep poking him. Eventually he'll die. Eventually he'll lay back down.
Okay, Shadow, it is your turn.
Oh, okay. I've got a mess kit, which I'm assuming has like a cup. And I'm gonna scoop out a cup of oil.
Okay.
I'm not gonna carry this
Get a
huge.
little cup of oil.
And then I was gonna run back and throw it on the.
Okay, use your action to get a cup of oil, run back in and toss the oil.
Well, I have fast hands, so I can do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's using
What is the
an
actual
object.
wording of that? Oh, okay, let's see.
I clicked on it.
Disarm check, unlock, take the use. Okay, I'd count that as use an object action.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
So throw it on him as my bonus, and then my actual action to pick up
The torch and throw it on it. Okay.
like splash and throws it. It's just like, ah!
All right, I feel like for the torch throwing, I feel like there's got to be a check for that.
Something. Yeah. What should
Yeah,
I?
I'm gonna have you make just a melee attack.
Oh, okay.
With the torch.
Can I do that?
That works. Okay.
Right? Does that
Yeah.
work? Okay.
Yeah, that'll work. So yeah,
What?
you run over to next to Savlas after like oil in the face of
Yeah.
Papa Lockets. You pick up the torch and hurl it. Just go ahead and roll me. I'll go with a D6 for the
Okay.
fire damage,
Okay.
and then he'll do continuous fire damage
Okay.
until he puts out the fire.
6.
Ouch. Okay.
Flames to your face. Leave my friend alone.
Nice. Okay, it is now Pampalakis' turn. Continues to stitch back up, gaining a lot of hit points this round.
Oh no. Do not like the sound of that.
He's still prone. No. Okay. On this round, he stands up in the in the crypt there, looking kind of over all of you. The flesh having returned to him, the like rippling muscles, this like very tall, broad-shouldered figure, again with like the piercings and this very like intimidating posture, and he calls out to all of you and says, I will drain you of your blood and feast in honor of Zotsalaha. And he yeah. So he's going to disengage from, or not, no, he's not going to disengage. He's going to move out of your range, though. You can make an attack of opportunity. He lets go of his grapple.
Is he, I will, or no, because I already used my reaction to do, hold on. When did I, trying to keep track of when I used my reaction to boost my AC. It was on his last turn, so I probably would have gotten it back, right?
If you've had a turn since then. No, you haven't had a turn since then. This is his next turn. So, no, you don't have that back yet.
Well, but if I went after him and I did it on his last turn.
Oh, I guess because he moved in the initiative order. Okay, yeah, I'll let you do it. That's
but
fine.
Actually, I think I will hold my reaction in case I want to use it to protect myself against whatever he does.
So what he does is he jumps up and sticks to the ceiling, standing, kind of flipping upside down, and then he runs across the ceiling over to the wall and wrenches the axe from the wall, grabbing it in his right hand, and he lets out a battle cry as he goes to charge at all of you.
Is he still on fire?
He is on fire with the battle axe. There's a flaming vampire with a battle axe charging at you. And that's where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Oh, no.
And we'll pick up next time to see how this battle concludes. Because this will go a bit longer, and we can't really afford to go late on a weeknight. Yeah. You guys having fun?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There was a lot of times there where I was like, they're not going to do this. We're not going to get this encounter. Oh, well. And we just kept inching towards that. I was like, maybe. I hope you guys took notes of all the stuff you've picked up and shit. Now we'll go back through it next time because got a lot of things to identify and things, assuming you guys survive this encounter.
Yeah. Pass without trace.
We all just hide.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
we just go invisible.
You do still have pass without trace. And if there wasn't fire in the room, I guess, well, you're probably invisible where you're standing right now.
Am I in darkness?
Probably, because the fire is now on him.
And I could back away from the torch.
I'm invisible in the darkness.
Also, the fire, I didn't say this going forward, with the poison in the air, all fire is like half radius. It isn't as effective. That stuff isn't burning.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
As bad as it normally would. So,
I'm going to write down that I'm invisible.
You're definitely invisible right now. That's a cool ability. Anyway, so I'm glad you guys like it. I don't think we're going to get through this in 2 sessions.
No.
I think this is going to turn into a 3-session.
Okay.
We're slow boys.
Only 3.
At least. You guys have cleared just for sake. Now, this first dungeon, this lower level of the dungeon is the largest. But you guys have cleared about 1/3 of the first level.
Oh, man.
So we've got a little bit left.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, we're doing this while Wild Space is on hiatus. Hopefully we'll get some other people coming in and out, and we may have Lindsay and or Ryan next time. while we're getting all that figured out. If we do end up coming back to Wild Space, we'll put this on hold and we'll find another time to finish this off, because I'm having a lot of fun with this. I love all the dungeons in here, and even if we do finish this one all the way through, I want to run more of these in like one shots and filler stuff.
They're so cool.
Yeah.
These are a lot. You can pick up all of them on Roll20 like individually for like $8.99 a piece, so they're pretty affordable if you just want like a dungeon to run. Everything is filled out for you. The only thing I did is change the lighting so I could use the lighting effects that thoroughly messed up everything else, and we'll have to figure that out for next time, since you guys can't see where Pompalakis is right now.
Yep.
He's you guys know he's on the battle axe, but I'll go ahead and just put him on the map layer so you guys can get the dramatic effect. But anyway, I'll work on that next time. We'll get that figured out, and hopefully we'll have less technical issues.
The map looked really cool though.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Roll20. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for doing this. Give us our sponsorship.
Money, please. We love you.
Money, please. Yeah, so we'll be back in 2 weeks to pick this back up. And in the meantime, like I plugged before, we're also going to have Wonderworld on Thursday at 7 o'clock. It's going to be... Yes. You're raising your hand like I said something wrong.
No, I'm adding to what you're saying.
Oh. At 7 o'clock, it's going to be probably part one of our 2-part finale. To finish things off, so it's gonna be a wild and crazy ride. And then Survivor's Complex on
Nope.
It's okay.
Nope. Not that one.
It's gonna be a long week.
When you run a game for like 2 years, I never get this out of my head. It's so ingrained in me.
We'll never forget.
Saturdays are always Survivor's Complex.
Yeah, right. But Lords of Misrule on Saturday, and we'll be playing at 3 o'clock Eastern time.
From now on?
Continuing those adventures. Yeah, it should be 3 o'clock moving forward unless something happens, but we should be able to consistently start at 3 from now on. May have a few cancellations later in the month. We'll let you know about that when we get there. So yeah. Savannah, you had something you want to add?
Yes, no, I was going to say, especially join us on Thursday for Wonderworld this week, because we're going to be announcing the thing that's going to be taking its place.
Yes, we're going to be announcing our next show, so which will probably be starting like the week after Wonderworld. It's
going to be Wonderworld, Matchpony, brand new GGK show.
Yeah. So come check out the announcement for that. Anything else that I missed? Nope. No. Okay. Well, thanks for playing, guys. And thank you all out there for watching. And until next time, and you're only going to hear this when I run games in this time slot, but good game and good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.